Welcome back to Numbers on the Board.
Numbers on the board, yes!
We got a lot to get to on today's episode. We're finishing our rankings, top 10 centers in ball. We also had NBA Media Day go on yesterday. A lot of good storylines, a lot of good everything.
Rest in peace.
Do want to start off the show by saying rest in peace to one of the greatest to ever do it. Dikembe Mutombo passed away at the age of 58 to brain cancer. A joy to have for the game. I read a bunch of articles about Dikembe's impact, of course, on Africa, and you just saw South Sudan have their first real run at the Olympics. Masai Ujiri gave a really good speech where he was very emotional about it because he basically went to the podium minutes after it was announced. Jaren Jackson Jr. gave a very good speech about it because Jaren Jackson Sr. and Dikembe were roommates in college. So, beloved
At what college?
figure, Georgetown, beloved figure in sports. And he just,
Stay locked in. What college Ryan Mutombo went to?
I don't know.
we just want to give our condolences to the Mutombo family and everybody that was affected. How y'all feeling today, boys?
Feeling good, man. We also lost P. Rose, Charlie Hustle.
Sure did.
Greatest hitter we've ever seen. I'm feeling good, though, man. Feeling real good. Basketball was like right there. You know what I'm saying? You know how a kid feels when Christmas, you know December is starting because you're in school and, you know what I'm saying, December, everything. But the reality of Christmas being there is when those gifts pile up under that tree. That's how I feel right now for the NBA season. We know the season's been like kind of getting closer and closer. But now with Media Day and then preseason, it's the presents are stacking up under the tree.
Well, you also got gifted a trade. So that's probably also why I feel like that for you.
He slid that in there real quick.
I guess. I think I would still have the same reaction even if it didn't happen. It still officially hasn't happened. We didn't get to hear from the guy on Media Day or anything or see him in the jersey yet.
Tom Thibodeau said he can't speak on it.
Yeah. But, yeah, no, I'm just happy that the season is back. We're doing our last rankings. These rankings were fun. These probably the least stressful rankings for me personally out of the 5 groups.
Yeah,
and I think this is a lot of flowers we can give to some big men who've been holding it down for their respective teams in a lot of different ways. But, no, I'm happy the season is back. College basketball is going to be on its way. I'm hoping that y'all are going to tune in this year because it's a part of y'all job.
Coach Kenny Beecham is going to be tuned in. I need to write down these sets that we running when I become this assistant coach at the high school this year.
Is this out?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
I'm just talking. I'm not assistant coach.
Man, that would be hilarious. Oh, man.
But I did get the green light.
Like, I remember him. He was on the bench the whole time.
He gonna be the coach trying to demonstrate with the dude, but missing it. All right, y'all. We want to do this play. We want to get you on your left hand. We want you to come across and do this. Miss. They like, hold up. Time out, coach. I definitely forget we had a coach like that, man. Oh man, he wasn't even a coach. He was kind of a quote unquote trainer. And he'll try to tell you the drill to do. He'd be losing the ball and be like, oh my gosh.
They did give me the green light to come to practices though. So I'll come to practices. Maybe appear at a game or two in a 7-piece suit.
Yeah, I think when in 8th grade when I was in football, we had our head coach and assistant coaches. I promise you, they were just his friends.
Yeah, they were
literally.
They were just his friends.
Even in high school, that's how it was. Every assistant coach besides my boy Lavic. Well, even Lavic. I don't know where Lavic came from.
I don't think he worked at the school.
He didn't work at the school, so I literally don't know where he came from.
His job was head coach of the freshman B team. That's his full time.
I felt like he was subbing every once in a while.
Yeah, I've seen him around the school. I just never knew what the hell he was doing. Was he a
janitor? He would only sub in for gym. I never seen him in the classroom.
I think you're right, but yeah, I believe.
he did.
I believe he's somebody's homie though, because I remember coming in freshman year, and he was.
I think he used to work at the school.
I've never seen that man working at
school. If anybody know Coach Lavic, tell him that we want to talk to him. I can't find him because I don't know how to spell his last name.
He don't got no type of social media.
Real shit. I would love him to come sit on this couch because he would tell y'all.
He just have to remember everything that happened our year too.
He would tell them the truth. He'd be like, oh yeah, they used to call me Andre the Giant because the first part of my last name is Andre, and he would tell y'all, Andre the Giant was the best one on this motherfucking panel. By far. My most favorite that I coached. By far.
I don't know. Me and Lavic was like this.
Well, you probably you stressed him out over there, turning that ball over.
I didn't turn the ball over
team
freshman year. Freshman year, I did not turn the ball. It was one of the main reasons I took that starting spot, man.
Who you take the starting spot from?
Mikey.
Oh yeah. Y'all was giving him hell.
He's not talking about me.
Y'all was giving him hell over there.
I mean, we went on a nice little win streak. Stop sleeping, boy. We was in the bus. We couldn't even celebrate because Darrick and them losing by 30.
Maybe, I don't know if it was about 30, but we was losing.
Shout out to Coach Lovick, man.
Come on, drop the mic. I'm sorry.
Y'all,
You was finna ask him.
I was gonna.
he was gonna ask me.
I
He
do.
been playing
I
all
do.
that 2K with Devin.
I do.
I mean, I guess it comes around media day too, but we always get like the listed heights and everything like that.
Oh yeah.
What's a listed height that you see and you always like that just can't be true? We was in a party or the Discord talking about it. I think we was saying like Brandon Ingram is one of those guys that you look at his list of height that's like 6'6", 6'7". You're like, he looks like he's about 6'8", 6'9". Like when you look at him, Klay Thompson, I always feel that way because he says he's listed at 6'6". We was just talking about?
We was talking about Brandon Ingram.
Brandon Ingram. I swear it was one more guy that was like, it's just no way he's that height.
Oh well.
You know who's the guy that I always look
De'Aaron
at
Fox
now?
always
That I feel
seems
like
taller
people
than
question
6'3".
how tall he actually is, but Luka Doncic in terms of like you always see him. You've seen him in picture by like Jokic, and he almost looks like the same height or whatever. Like he's got a lot of pictures like that where you can't really tell.
The one that
But he's
confirms
listed
it
at
is the
6'7".
one about the guy that would be my answer. Paolo Banchero, when we seen him in Summer League, looked a lot taller than what they have him listed. And then he had a picture when they all went to China where Luka was standing next to him and Tatum, and he was towering over all of them. So Paolo Banchero, for whatever reason, on the actual screen of watching the games, doesn't look as tall as he really is because he's a tall and strong dude. So
He listed at like 6'10".
he is, but when you watch the game, it's like,
Yeah.
man, he really is 6'10".
No, because when we seen him at Summer League, at Summer League, I swear he towered over everybody.
Yeah, you was like, wait. Is he 7 foot or is he 6'10"? Because he was towering over everybody. I don't know who was their center at that time, but he made their center look small. I can't remember who was starting at center for them though in that Summer League run, but we was like, he even making a center look small.
I remember when we walked past Brandon Ingram in the tunnel in Chicago. And
Yes.
that confirmed to me that he wasn't actually legitimately 6'10", 6'9".
Because do you remember your famous words?
He didn't look that big.
No, that's not what he said. He didn't feel that big, is what he said about Brandon
When
Ingram.
did you feel him?
But he did seem tall to me. That was interesting to hear you walk away from that like he was little as hell.
No, it
we
wasn't that
walked
he was
away
little,
like,
but like
nah, he ain't 6'7".
because I think we walked past Siakam, and Siakam looked.
Siakam definitely looked tall.
He felt. I wouldn't. He looked.
Why did you
6'9",
say
6'10".
feel?
He looked 6'9", 6'10", because I was like, damn, he tall as hell. But when
That
you
was the
walk
day when
past
we saw
Brandon
everybody.
Ingram,
We saw
it was like-
Giannis Antetokounmpo,
we did see Giannis.
Giannis and his beautiful family. They all was tall.
Yeah.
Miles was a little tall too.
You said who?
His mom.
Oh, you know who I
yeah.
met?
That's the Nick
The person
Nurse.
I was referring to when we was talking about in the Discord was talking about D'Angelo Russell because
Oh,
he was
right.
talking to me about like how tall is he? I'm like 6'5", like 6'4", 6'5". And then they had looked at the height and they said he was listed as 6'3". I'm like, for
Damn.
real?
I always
That
thought he
was
was
the
like
guy.
6'5".
I
D'Angelo
always
Russell.
viewed D'Angelo Russell 6'5".
So I've seen D'Angelo listed at 6'5" for sure.
Yeah. And is it a thing with the hair theory that it just like makes you appear taller? I mean, I guess it does. Like you are literally taller because your hair stands up a little bit, but it's like it gives you a couple inches to your height just from the hair.
Oh yeah, if you have a afro, they're gonna probably measure at the top of the afro.
I
So
think we
Jarrett
had
Allen
this-
gets a couple inches because he's got
Yeah.
the fro.
I think we had this conversation before of Jarrett Allen being listed at different heights at different places. Like ESPN has him at 6'11", while other places have him at 6'9". So you never really know. I'm sure that has to do with the hair because he's listed at 6'9" on NBA.com, but 6'11" on ESPN. So it's like, which one is it, Jarrett?
Shout out to the
get
year
him
where they
measured?
actually got down to the height stuff because I just Googled D'Angelo Russell 6'5" just to make sure I wasn't tweaking, and stuff pops up with him 6'5".
Yeah.
But they started to really get the real heights of everybody. So
Let's talk about some media day stuff because that happened yesterday. At least most of the teams had their media day between yesterday, and some of them are going today. I'm just going to pick some of my favorite storylines, and y'all tell me if it's worth talking about. Joel Embiid said he lost 25 to 30 pounds and hopes to lose more. He said his only focus going forward is to be healthy when the playoff comes. He doesn't care about individual accolades whatsoever.
that stood out to me as well, especially the last part. The weight. Players say that type of stuff all the time. If it don't matter if you're gonna gain the weight right back.
Yeah.
So, but the personal accolades and stuff, I like where his head is at. When I seen that, I was like, okay, I'm with that. That should be the focus for Philadelphia because it's about that time. He's done all NBA stuff. He's done the All-Star stuff. He's got an MVP. He almost had another MVP last year. The only thing he hasn't done on his resume and for the city of Philadelphia is that playoff run. We're not even gonna say championship. We're just gonna say that real playoff run of feeling like they are right there at the doorstep of getting to the NBA Finals. They still haven't had. So a conference finals run and, a deep playoff run to give the city and that team some hope is going to be big, especially coming off the offseason they just had. They just went out and got Paul George. They locked up Maxey. And this seems like a really good team for them. If there was ever a team that was going to do it, it's this one.
Yeah, I mean, I like it just because it takes a lot of wear and tear off his body. The 20 to 30 pounds is like, that's big, especially when you're talking about being a big man. When you're running up and down the court being like he is, and you kind of don't want all that extra weight on you. So when you're losing all that weight, it kind of just helps you in the future.
Could it affect his game? Remember when Kevin Love lost all that weight?
No, because I think strength doesn't essentially go away when you lose weight. Like, he could still be strong.
Absolutely. Kevin Durant is strong.
Yeah, you can lean up and still keep your strength as long as you're at the proper
He might even be quicker, honestly.
Yeah, that's
pounds.
a definite. That's a definite. But I do agree with Darrick. Weight don't always. I mean, because Kevin Durant, we've seen him get stronger, though he's not.
This had to be like maybe 2000. This is like the last years of like Lakers Pau Gasol, and he had came in and he said he had lost a bunch of weight because he kept having knee issues and knee problems, and especially when you get up there in age. And he was like, I didn't realize how much it would help me on my knees just by losing that little bit amount of weight. So
and
I like
Joel Embiid is such a good finesse player too, that I won't worry about his game whatsoever with this. If anything, it makes me more confident in Philadelphia as a team. Like, I just made a video yesterday kind of talking about the Boston Celtics and seeing if they were destined to go on a repeat. And I think I'm going to play the field and try to pick a new team this year just because the odds just say that repeating nowadays is just not impossible, but extremely hard. And I was just going through teams like, Philadelphia's one of the ones like, it's their first year together. Can they put it together in the first year? This made me think, maybe.
I mean,
all we've been waiting for is a healthy Joel Embiid after April.
Yeah, and I think Paul George also is a guy that can kind of come into any situation and compliment anybody he is around without taking away from them. I think he's already mentally bought into the fact that he's the third option. He talks highly about.
You agree with that?
Yeah.
We'll talk about an article that dropped earlier this week with the third options, but continue.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about this morning when I was getting ready because I know what you're talking about, and I was thinking like.
It was crazy.
Maxey and him is kind of weird to say, but it kind of seems like a 2A, 2B. It seems like one night, one of them could be the third, one could be the second. Like, it seems like it's one of those things that
part is a fact.
Switch.
Yeah.
That part is a fact. That's almost any team because it's like, you have to account that Maxey is not going to have every night be his night. But on, like, the real scale, I think Paul George is the third for sure because Maxey's Embiid's pick and roll partner.
True.
And he's the guard, and he's going to have the ball in his hands just by default.
And now, Joel Embiid now is another pick and roll option than Paul George. So it's going to be good to see that they can always run different actions. Maxey you can see him moving a lot more off the ball, too. So I think Nick Nurse has a lot of now different weapons and stuff he can utilize, and I'm excited for it.
That's why I think Paul George is super dangerous with this team, is you're giving Joel Embiid two guys who can shoot 40% off catch and shoot threes. This is a guy that sometimes needs three bodies. You have to throw three bodies. So it's going to be so hard to do that if they scheme it right. And hopefully everybody else is knocking down their shots because it would be very disappointing if the only three-point shooters they have is Maxey and Paul George. Because some of the other guys they have, you just don't know. I don't know what shooting version of Kelly Oubre we're getting this year or Caleb Martin.
Or if Gershon Yabusele's EuroLeague shooting was real.
Yeah. So it's like that would be disappointing.
I forgot they got Gershon. Man,
that's made him smile over there.
I forgot. I completely forgot about him. That's gonna make me happy, man. I'm so happy to see him.
You like seeing them thick boys in the league?
Hell yeah.
If you worked on your jumper, that could be you.
Y'all basically the same height. Gershon, no, he like 6'6", 6'7".
Emails is a guard tight in the league.
I am.
Maybe a little combo guard.
I used to watch videos of like when I was younger. I used to watch like when I would watch Tony Parker and like Kyrie. I used to think, like, I'm 6'3", 6'4". I'm the same height as them. And they don't dunk or nothing. So, like, I could still get my stuff off if I really work on it.
You was right.
It never worked.
I thought you were going the opposite
direction. You didn't put in a work. You never worked.
He said like some like finesse.
It never worked.
He went with some finesse players, too. I thought you was going to pick, like, some power, like some strong.
Because I think in your best physical prime or whatever, you'd be dunking. You wouldn't be Tony Parker.
For sure.
You wouldn't be Russell Westbrook either, but you would be somewhere in between where, like, you were in the season with 20 to 30 dunks versus 1. Look, he's like, yeah, I think I go there. I mean, we did that video years ago where we did the combine and the dude that tested all of our verticals and said Darrick is the most athletic guy on the panel.
Is he dunking like that as a guard with as much burden and work? He would be
think
like
so.
a Raymond Felton.
Nah. Because I think he would be more. Raymond Felton, of course, he was in shape.
The dude was
obviously,
saying he should dunk, but the dude wasn't accounting for actually playing the game. That's Darrick's problem, is when he starts to play the game, he gets more fatigue, and that's when the dunking is going to
But I think in this universe, that don't really matter too much because he'd be in shape because we talking like him regularly hooping.
Oh, him being in shape, yeah.
But
Even then, Darrick he should be dunking, but he ain't catching bodies. That's Ja Morant shit. You know, who's a guard that be dunking a lot, but every guard that dunks a lot catch bodies and shit.
Yeah, I was just looking at like players with total dunks.
Derrick Rose, Russ, John Wall. There is no in between we've really seen of somebody that's just like getting a bunch of dunks, but in the point guard position.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think through it.
Nah, there isn't one because the dunking point guards are like they're catching bodies.
Or they're 6'7",
True.
like Alonzo Ball or something like that, where on a breakaway he can get some dunks or something here and there.
Lonzo Ball breakaway?
I don't know any 6'3". Lonzo Ball got a lot of steals and ended it with little soft dunks.
I mean, like, I'm just picturing him playing basketball.
Oh.
That's what I'm doing.
He was actually dreaming of
Yeah,
it. He
yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Hey, I played a game with the Bulls yesterday, and Lonzo was in my rotation, and he was out there.
It's nice, nice.
He was out there.
All right. Giannis Antetokounmpo said that him and Damian Lillard were not able to link together this offseason, but they talked regularly throughout the summer.
Well, Giannis also he played in the Olympics and he got married this summer. It's not.
And he loved them quotes, them freak nasty quotes.
The freakiest superstar we have in basketball.
I like it.
My favorite part about the wedding is what we did after the wedding. Come on.
So yeah, it would have been very hard for them to work out together unless Dame with the grease.
I just saw people overreacted to it. I don't think it's that big of a problem. I mean, I know these two players have years and years of being teammates, but Jokic and Jamal Murray don't be hooping together in the offseason, dog.
Jokic is in Serbia the entire
They just
offseason.
But
So-
but what he said before that is the biggest thing.
What?
They have years and years of playing together.
Oh, true. Dame and Giannis don't. So, I mean, if a guy's playing in the Olympics and he's also getting married, is Dame just supposed to just go there and just?
I mean, let's not act like a wedding is 6 months long.
No, it isn't.
That was what I was gonna say. I mean, I know they're gonna take a honeymoon, but
Yeah.
it ain't 6
I'm
months
sure they
long.
could have found time for it. They didn't, and
could've.
I don't think that matters too
Yeah.
much. I don't think it
Yeah,
matters.
it's something to look at. I do think people make too much of a story about it, but if they don't have the start to the season that they need, best believe we're going to circle back around and we're going to talk about this.
Yep.
Please believe we are. So I'm not going to sit here and act like it don't mean nothing.
We could hit save on it.
Yeah.
Come back to it later.
And if they succeed, I'm circling around and I'm telling people y'all overreacted.
Anthony Edwards, I think everyone knows Cat is my brother, so it really hurt. It's a business, and said he's ready to meet the new guys and roll with him.
Yeah, when it seemed like he was a little disappointed. Obviously, he lost Cat, and it's somebody he came into the league, and it was kind of that duo that was supposed to be the future, but financially it just didn't work out. I just think talent-wise, they fit so perfectly. Come out a stretch 4, stretch 5, and Cat that could do everything, scoring all 3 levels, and Anthony Edwards is attack down the hill shooting guard who can draw so much attention. Like, it's literally like was a match made in heaven when you talk about drafting, and it just didn't work because of money.
I changed my trade grade. I think on the last episode I said C+. I'm giving it a B now. I like it more for Minnesota today than I did the first day it happened.
Why
I
so?
still don't love it, but I think it makes sense, all things considered.
The money-wise, you ain't mad that they were being frugal?
Yeah. No, it's not even that. It's that, like, when you think about with all of these players, like Nasri coming up for another extension and Nickeil Alexander-Walker being a free agent, it's like if we keep this core together, it would be Rudy Gobert, Karl-Anthony Towns, and Anthony Edwards and Jaden McDaniels. It's all we can afford because you were going to lose Nasri because you just don't have the money to give him anything, and you would lose Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And now you get some guys in right now, and Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo who could come hoop. Again, I don't love the fit, but I understand it a little bit more today than I did when it first happened.
Yeah, that's fair. Back to the Anthony Edwards quote, too. I like the maturity you still see from Anthony Edwards. He was talking about how, like, it is a business, though, and he can't wait for the new guys to come in, and he's going to make them feel comfortable. I started laughing because when he said that the reporter came back, he's like, what are you going to do to make him feel comfortable? And Anthony Edwards is like, we love the game of basketball, so I'm gonna make him feel welcome and everything like that. It's just like, why you gotta ask him what he gonna do to make him feel comfortable like that? A bit weird, yeah.
And it was funny is Julius Randle and Dante, they vets, like they've been in the league. Why do he need to make them feel comfortable?
Just new to the city. He did say he was right when he was like, I'm one of the longest tenured Wolves, basically besides Nas. He's like, he got about like a year or two. And it's crazy because he's still super young.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about.
McDaniels and him, yeah. At the same time.
James Harden on the new look Clippers style of play this season is definitely going to involve a lot of me. There was talk when I was in Houston, you can't win like that. You just saw a guy, Luka Doncic, last season make the finals playing this exact same way I played.
I'm glad you snickered and laughed after that because I hope he know he not Luka Doncic or not even the old James. He not even the old James Harden no more.
Yeah, that's
so the thing he finna be carrying this team.
That was so concerning about that quote. Does he mentally still think he's Houston James Harden?
I think you kind of have to, bro. I think you have to in order to keep that, I don't know, that intensity. Like I'm sure he knows that he's not the MVP of the league anymore, but you probably can't convince him that he's 50% of that. Put me in the right role. I'm James Harden. I can make it work. He's probably wrong.
I don't think he's too wrong, because I mean, now the part where he's wrong is the finals, but he has to say that as a competitor. He can't be like Jakob Poeltl, get on the stage and say it ain't like we trying to get a championship.
I love that Jakob Poeltl.
Some stuff you just can't say. We all know it. We don't need you to say it, so just don't say it. But James Harden ain't like fell off a whole entire cliff where we're talking about is he even a starter. He could run his team and run an offense, and he's right. They're going to play through him. I mean,
there's no Kawhi at the beginning of the season.
They're not going to play through Terrence Mann. They're not going to play through who else?
Shout out to the extension, Terrence Mann.
They're not going to play through Zubac. They're going to play through him.
Yeah, he just don't have the burst.
It's getting past. That's the thing that it's just like he can't really do is just get past people constantly anymore. Especially, ain't no Kawhi, ain't no Paul George. He probably getting the best defender if they're not getting on Norman Powell.
They're just gonna do a pick and roll though. He don't have to go isolation like he used to in Houston, but they gonna be all right. They ain't gonna be at the bottom of the Western Conference. He just convinced me with all of that championship talk and Luka Doncic. Hey, I don't think he's Luka Doncic, but I can see why James Harden would feel like he gonna be all right. What he said they finna do. Now are they gonna have success? That's a whole different conversation. But they are about to play through him.
I know Norman Powell looking at this team like I'm getting at least 25 to 20 to 25 shots.
He had a quote that said that, basically.
In so many words, that he was asked about Paul George leaving. He was like, it opened up an opportunity for a lot of people to get shots, including myself.
And you know who's going to get them shots?
James Harden.
James Harden.
Yeah.
So I don't think James Harden is too wrong on that.
Norman Powell seemed like a good fantasy pickup.
I don't know.
No, he's not.
Right. That inefficient shooting night's going to eat your ass alive.
Deep 3 asked if we want to do a numbers on the board in a Deep 3 fantasy league.
I'll be down to.
Sure, as long as they put money in.
I'll let somebody else take my spot. Nothing hits like fantasy football. I'll be just wasting my own
time. Do
it
it for the content.
What content?
The two podcasts having a league.
I guess, but I mean, if I'm not finna check the shit, I'm not making no content out of it.
I think the content's talking about it on the show like we do the fantasy football at the end of the episode.
My talk will not be nothing like I do with the fantasy football. I tell you that. Fantasy basketball and fantasy baseball it just don't hit the same. But if they trying to do it, come on.
I would say that if I was losing too.
I'm on my way to back-to-back.
No, we talk about the other leagues.
Yeah, I got.
Here's Yahoo Sports top 30 third options in the NBA. Tell me what y'all think about the top 30 third options in the NBA.
You're gonna talk about I'm gonna take Ben Simmons today.
Number 1, Paul George.
I like it. He is the most talented one.
Number 2, Rudy Gobert.
No.
Ludicrous.
Yeah, I just don't see how offensively, when you look at third options, you're looking at like offensive production.
Yes, you are.
Only?
Yes.
I've never looked at a third option and said, "Oh,
his defense is great."
Yeah,
no, this is not how you look at it. When you talk about the pecking order of options, usually
he's not the third option defensively.
He's the first
I think it's more like third most important, I guess.
I've never looked
you see
at
it that way?
Option that way.
If it's most important, then he rightfully deserves it. But option,
if
first, second, and third option, you're looking at like who's my go-to scorer.
Period.
Yeah.
And if it's most important, he is essentially higher than Paul George. They got to the Western Conference Finals off the back of what he gave you. So
that's a
is
DPOY right there.
Yeah. So like, yeah, it's third option. Third option has always been offense.
Yeah.
18-4-4 as the third option in a triangle offense, baby.
Yeah.
Shout out to D Rose. Enjoy retirement.
Number 3 on the list is Kristaps Porzingis. Number 4.
Is he a third option?
Yeah.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Especially if we just go on offensive, he averaged 20. Darrick White averaged 15, and then Drew Holiday averaged 12 and a half.
He did average 20. It'd be such a on-night basis for them, but
Then
that's
number 4,
high.
Chet Holmgren.
I like Chet here. I think Chet. Yeah, I don't think that's too high for Chet. I think the season that he had was very good. I'm expecting a big jump from him this year too.
Number 5, Desmond Bane.
I like that.
Yeah.
Because like, see, this is like the dudes.
Some nights he's a second option.
Yeah.
But, yeah. This is the dudes that what?
These are the dudes that like really go out there and get buckets, like Chet, Desmond Bane. Like, it's kind of weird to see Rudy Gobert too.
How much do you think Chet Holmgren averaged this season?
He averaged around 18.
We just did the center list.
And how much do you think Rudy Gobert averaged this season?
14.
Because 18, he is not what Chet Holmgren averaged, by the way.
What was it, 17 and a half?
No.
What was it?
16.
Oh. Rudy Gobert averaged about 14.
This year, he averaged 14 exactly. So you talk about going out there to get buckets. Is that one extra bucket?
That's a set of free throws.
Right.
Derrick, right. Chet did go out and get him. Rudy kind of just got
Spoon fed, get the
Whatever's
loose
there.
change by the basket.
No, he got that one turnaround shot in the playoffs. That's all we
But
know.
I seen Chet do a
We can
couple
give
of
him the
those
ball
throughout
and
the
let him
regular
create.
season.
Boy,
Give
Chet
him the
was
ball and let
killing
him
in
cook.
isolation.
I'm just going to fly
Yeah.
through these other ones. Y'all tell me where to stop. Number 6, Evan Mobley. Number 7, DeMar DeRozan. Number 8, Mikal Bridges. Number 9, Draymond Green. Number 10, Miles Turner. That is a top
See,
10.
some of those confuse me because how is DeMar over like Evan Mobley?
Or under Evan Mobley.
Yeah, exactly. I don't
Because,
get it.
again, that's how I think this is how
Important they are.
They should have
it
worded
has to
different.
do. But you know what? This is aggregated. I'm going to read you verbatim what the article says. Anyone can make a list of the best players in the NBA, but basketball is much more about chemistry and talent. Within each of the 30 teams in their hierarchy, how well each of the 5 players on the court understand and perform their roles within that hierarchy is a bit as important as individual skill. Ideally, a lineup has a superstar, a co-star, and a third star who owns his role. So that's
So
what it
yeah,
seems like.
it's
So
more so
best
like the
third
third
star.
Yeah.
Yes. Which in that case, then Rudy Gobert being third makes sense. And Evan Mobley being higher than DeMar DeRozan kind of makes sense to me too.
Yes, it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
So I guess it just got aggregated to mean third options when the person that wrote it at Yahoo Sports didn't mean that. Number 11, Chris Middleton. Number 12,
Well, we got to know
DeJounte Murray.
basketball, y'all.
Number
We gotta know
13,
basketball.
Fred VanVleet. Number 14.
You could stop. You could stop.
Why is Kobe White considered a third option?
I didn't understand that either. Especially with DeMar gone. Like it seems like he's the number 1 option now.
He's 2 at least
Yeah.
because Zach LaVine is
Zach
on the
LaVine's
team.
still
But like he's infinitely more important than Vucevic because that's the only
Yeah.
person you can make an argument for.
Yeah.
So that's, I don't know. Last, who do y'all think? Did y'all see this list?
I saw it, but I don't remember
not
who
the
was
full
last.
list, but I saw people on Twitter talking about it. Obviously,
Was
Yeah.
it someone from the Wizards?
No.
Wasn't it Jordan Poole?
No,
No,
Malcolm
second.
Brogdon's at 26 for the Washington Wizards.
Malcolm Brogdon.
Who is the last worst third option in basketball, according to Yahoo Sports? It is one of the bad teams, though. Of course.
So like
Shaedon Sharp.
Teammate.
Aiden.
Teammate.
No. Scoot?
It is Scoot. They got Scoot is very
I
low.
they
was
gotta
like-
get off Scoop.
I thought Scoot was the. I guess.
I don't know.
I thought he was second.
hey man, I've been playing a lot of 2K, and it's just a video game. I tried to do something with the Blazers, and I played a game. Yeah, if I was basing everything off that, I would have came in and gave Scooter 100 bars. I had to sit Scooter ass down. I had to scoot. I had to scoot to.
I just seen. I didn't watch the whole video, but I seen the clip of it. The clip out where they asked him like, "What did you learn from your previous season?" And he was like, "I really like the food. Like the food." I was like,
And he had a lot of
They
really
had
good
his
food.
swag crazy on the game too.
Oh, man.
I had to scoot ass to the bench and let Anthony Simons rock out.
Oh, man. Here's some more things. Wembanyama is listed at 235 instead of 210 like last season.
Shout out to bro for putting on that weight.
Mm-hmm.
we got bros putting on weight and some losing weight.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, when you come in as a rookie, you just got to put it on. When
Then you gotta
start getting
eventually lose it.
Then he gonna have to lose it.
Yeah. Once them knees and stuff start get to aching, you know, you got to take off some of it.
While we stand with the Spurs, Devin Vassell said it's playoffs is the main goal. That's all he sees. So, like that. Zach LaVine is excited for camp. He started off his thing with 2.5 minutes of telling people,
Loved it.
don't listen to no rumors. If you need anything, ask me or ask the Bulls representation. There are a lot of rumors about my name, yada, yada, yada. He said, I'm excited to be a Bulls fan. And guess what report I woke up to this morning?
What?
The Bulls are shopping Zach LaVine. So that was from Chicago Sun-Times. So who knows what's going to happen.
Chess, not checkers. I love it, Zach. We know you don't want to be there.
Season,
we know. So you're doing everything right. Come in there, be professional. Try to be as much of a leader as you can be and buy into everything you need to buy into to show these teams you worth trading for. Chess, not checkers.
The best Bulls news was definitely the Lonzo going to be ready to be there at the start.
Lonzo said he has a whole new knee. The knee that is in his leg, he was not born with. That is crazy. Like, science is ridiculous.
No,
bro.
yeah, I think about that all the time.
He mentioned that he is the first athlete to ever come back from his injury.
Yeah,
in any sport.
That's why I'm happy, but I'm not
Right.
excited because
He was pretty candid in his interview because he was asked about his podcast, and he was like, the reason I made it is because I don't know what's going on with basketball. Again, I'm the first person to ever come back from this injury, and I wanted something else.
I'm rooting for him. I like Lonzo a lot, so I kind of don't want to get my hopes up, man.
But even in the pictures, you saw, like, when they were just taking their pictures, you could see all of the marks from his surgeries and stuff. I'm like, damn, bro. He really went through 3 knee surgeries, and one of them was to literally replace the knee.
Do we think it's because he wore those damn shoes? Or is this something
know.
that just...
It might just be freak accidents. Yeah.
I mean, his brother deals with a bunch of injuries too, so it might just be
when
genetic.
he was in the media day pictures, I was mad at him. He had no accessories on. He just looked bare out there.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. Forgot.
Right. He like, damn, where my knee sleeves at?
Kawhi Leonard said that the last 2 seasons he played 52 games to 68 games, and now he's trying to play more.
The thing, I would hope so, but I don't know how he can have the expect. When does he plan on coming back? Like, we don't even know when he's coming back.
Yeah, no idea.
He doesn't even know when he's coming back. No one's given any clear indication of how long Kawhi is going to be out.
Yeah. That's a good mindset, though.
Yeah, it's a good mindset, but
that's what you want to hear. Because that would be my thought process if I was with the Clippers. It's like, what do we have to lose? When he's healthy, he's just going to play. Preserving him ain't work. Him playing a bunch of games, he still got hurt. There's not really anything to do but just hoop and just see. Because anything else that they trying to do has not worked. It only really worked the one time with the Raptors. So, I mean, you just got to play him at this point. And, yeah, whenever he's available and healthy, you play him. And when he's hurt, he sits his ass down. But, yeah, I don't know, Darrick. I wish I had the answer to that.
Yeah.
It's a great mindset, though. At least he ain't trying to just sit. But, yeah.
So one of the main questions that everybody got to ask is, like, the expectations for the team. Paolo Banchero said he wants to make Eastern Conference Finals. Kay Cunningham said that he wants to make the playoffs. And Jakob Poeltl said, I think we're not going to go and attack the championship this year. It makes no sense for us to try to win every single game as much as we can and sacrifice development. So just different sides of the spectrum when you see somebody saying, we're going for it. We won 14 games last year, but we want to make the playoffs. And Jakob Poeltl was like, well, I might get benched in the 4th quarter so we can develop some of these young dudes.
He said what it is, man.
Yeah. I love it because it's so candid that it's stupid.
I like the self-awareness. I mean,
Who are
but
they
also-
developing in his position, though?
at his position,
I don't. Yeah.
yeah, but
Kelly
actually,
Oubre.
I don't know. When you have RJ, Emmanuel Quickly, and Scotty,
They could be a playing team.
yeah, they're gonna go out and hoop. I don't think they're gonna actually stop these. They're not gonna sit none of those guys in order.
But
to
also,
try to-
those dudes are all under 25. So
they are
they're
still developing,
yeah.
but like they're also still very good though. Like Scotty was an all-star last year, so like this team's gonna be exceptionally better than like a Detroit or anything that's like developing.
Yeah, I don't think they are like. I wouldn't call
Like
these
the Spurs,
guys.
like the Spurs are like a developing young talented. The Portland Trailblazers have young develop. Those guys are seasoned, like they've been here for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, on a technical standpoint, I guess they're developing, but they're developed as well.
Yeah.
Versus some of these other teams you name are not even developed. So I don't know.
Guess we'll have to wait and see.
They not going for championship. He is right about that.
Yeah.
He's just crazy for saying it. But yeah, shout out to Jakob, man. I like Jakob Poeltl.
Maybe he's on a different team. Maybe somebody wants him.
They have no center. They have Kelly Olynyk.
Kelly Olynyk, yeah.
He don't play center. That's a shooting guard right there.
For real.
That's all the media day stuff. You do got some smaller, minor things like Jonathan Isaac being super strong this year, putting on a bunch of muscle. Same thing with Grayson Allen. Just some small things that like NBA nerds are going to be excited about. I think Pierre quoted it saying that J.I. at the center.
Has anybody ever actually answered like the contract extension question? They asked Kevin Durant about he's like, how do you go about the contract extension like mentally? And I feel like everybody, including him, just gives up the uniform response to like whatever team I'm focused about here.
Yeah.
And I understand you got to ask that question. I just feel like it never goes anywhere.
It never goes. There are a few questions that never go anywhere.
Yeah.
The Brandon Ingram shit was.
I didn't see Brandon Ingram win at all.
Yeah. Brandon Ingram was. He was kind of honest. They was asking what do you expect. He was like, I don't really expect nothing. I'm just gonna hoop and do what they asked me to do. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be getting healthy because something was up with his knee, and that's why he was missing the workout or whatever that they was talking about. But he answered. He ain't give like no, and I'm gonna be here. I love. It was just kind of just like, hey, I don't really, we don't expect nothing, and I felt like that was real because I don't expect nothing with that shit either.
I swear we got so many moments of like, yeah, I'll be here and all that type of stuff, and it's the Kyrie Irving like I'm gone. Like
now, Kyrie, that's my dog, but he's a fool because hey man, if you'll have me,
yeah,
I'm loving it. I just moved.
I think everybody just learned a lesson from that.
I'm shopping for a 9-bedroom place right now.
Y'all saw Mitchell Robinson just bought a new house?
No.
Yeah.
Zach LaVine sold his house last February. In February, like around the trade deadline. So
Brandon Ingram also said he got something to prove on if he will play out the last year. He said, I don't expect anything. I'm just happy to play basketball right now. I don't know what's going to happen, but I just expect to play basketball.
Like
Shout out to B.I.
Donovan Mitchell always also talked about like it's cool to finally have a media day where people are not talking about
Where I'm
contracts
going.
and where I'm
Yeah.
going. So that was cool.
yeah.
Kawhi just said something, not just, but Kawhi on the Clippers losing Paul George. I don't feel like it's going to be harder for me personally. For anybody I'm on the court with, I don't look at him to be my savior.
But I think you got to watch the clip though because he's so nonchalant.
Yes, he's so nonchalant.
It's just he's hilarious.
I like that.
bro.
I like that last part about that quote where he says, "I don't look at nobody to be my savior. Like I'll do it myself." Same quote, and he's like, "Why can't he just defend like me?
Bro,
Why he can't just stay in front of your
You
man?"
talking about the one with Pat Bev?
That was
Hell no.
When Pat Bev was like, why he on the court, coach, if he can't guard?
no.
No,
Kawhi
Kawhi
literally said, "Why can't just guard like I do? I stay in front of my man."
Oh, Pat Bev had where he was telling a story about Kawhi, like in a game or like practice or something. Like coach was telling, "Hey, Kawhi, you can't switch this because we don't want him on him." And he was like, "Why?" He was like, "Why we got him on the court if he can't
Maybe
guard?"
that's the same. Maybe that's the same thing. But yeah, that's.
Imagine being that player in the game. You hear the best player on the team say, "Why he in the game? He can't guard."
I'm just looking at Kawhi like Kawhi he just think everybody can do what he do, I guess, because he said why they just don't stand for their man.
A lot of Lakers media day was centered around Bronny.
Yeah, and I saw that. And
it was in the notes. I didn't bring it up.
I went right away from it.
It was in the notes. I did see that one clip of them bickering at each other at the podium. That was kind of cool.
Yeah,
that was cool.
them guarding each other. Yeah, that was cool.
And just the pictures are cool. But I don't have anything else to say other than it's cool.
It was a cool story when he was not even a cool story, but I just thought it was a little cool experience that they had or whatever when he's talking about the scrimmages or whatever. And they said they had like a mismatch or whatever. Where
that's what KB was just talking about.
Yeah.
And he was like, I just like the quote from the reporter. He's like, it's probably a little different from guarding him in the driveway with slides on. And Bronny's like, yeah, definitely is.
I loved watching Savannah play with Bronny on 2K. That was like one of the craziest. Like that's got to be so.
She
crazy
get more greens than you do,
huh?
You know what's crazy?
You said what?
Nothing.
How
she got
big
more-
you think that TV was?
Oh,
The
You know the
latency had to
latency
be
was crazy.
latency had to be insane.
But you know what? This is not the TV that's in my basement have a 1 millisecond response time. So they
Well,
exist.
I mean, I say yeah.
And it's LeBron. He might
Yeah,
got the
he might
best
have the
fucking
best
response time all
you
time.
know you play Madden on him, so
Yeah, so they might be cooking.
yeah, he actually might have the best one.
Yeah.
I really feel
Why you
bad.
just let him go in on you talking about she greened him more than you?
I feel bad for
He
you.
was getting green.
For who?
You.
Because of the Bronny stuff?
I just hate I hate that for the Lakers.
Yeah.
I love it for Bronny and LeBron. Like y'all was saying, those moments was good. But the fact that they entire media day, that's what I took from it.
Well, no,
crazy.
I also like the quote that LeBron said. He said, "Playing in USA made me feel like I got a lot more left in the tank." So like, this might not be the last 2 years we get a Bron.
I saw a lot of D'Angelo Russell quotes too.
Did you see the one where they had him saying something like
Chinese.
Yeah, I dare him to have a
Mandarin
bad
or
game.
whatever It was.
It's a setup, but
It's
obviously
such a
it's a
setup.
global game, right? So
it
you
is?
got-
No,
you
no,
know.
it is, but it's just it is.
And is he still with Leaning?
No, he's with Way of, I guess so, because
Yeah.
Way of Wade is.
So yeah, that's most of his sneaker sales are overseas over there. So
Yeah,
makes
was
sense
there
to me.
anything y'all found out about the Lakers?
From
Again,
media
every
day?
time, I've heard some stuff about JJ Redick and some of the quotes that he had, and again, I like what we're bringing in because again, they're emphasizing that it's not just about like let's try to get the
LeBron.
best coach ever, so we just get LeBron. It's more
Yeah.
like that bridge. So I like that.
I did see that, but
D'Angelo
we heard that already.
Yeah,
I think
D'Angelo-
the most thing I learned is that didn't even come from media day. Came from the episode with JJ with Zach Lowe,
Yeah.
where he was talking about like he has an idea of why Anthony Davis's shot is falling off, and they're working on fixing it. I thought that was pretty interesting. And then
What's the reason behind
he
it?
said he won't tell the world unless it works. Who knows?
Smart guy. Why would I tell the world?
And then the other thing was like his goal is to get more 3-point shots up, which is a big thing in Lakers because y'all were starting every game down by like 12 points because of the difference in 3-pointers, which is cool. And he told the world his starting lineup. Like that's it.
Rui Hachimura.
Yeah. I didn't realize he said that lineup was 23-8 when they started together.
Mhm.
And he basically said it like, I don't know why the previous coach wasn't playing that lineup. I was like, oh, okay. Well, he didn't say that, but that's what it felt
Well,
like.
that's because they
it
were
was.
starting Cam Reddish, and then Cam Reddish got hurt, and then it just changed the whole lineup.
I'm
Austin
really-
Reeves also started the season off coming off the bench.
I'm really curious to see the impacts of the coaching culture and everything like that. Because again, D'Angelo Russell had a quote was like, "Last year we didn't really have no defensive structure, and that hurt me." So to like, he's like,
Okay,
Now he can be Derek White.
I was gonna say, okay,
Yeah.
Mr. Derek White.
He came in saying he wanted to be
Yeah.
Derek White.
Now
Okay,
he's
so
like,
yeah, right.
man, JJ, Coach Reddy, he got everything structured. Everything got structured. So it's like, if D'Angelo Russell's preaching that like this structure could help him in many areas.
Again, don't believe the shit. He said he was coming to last year as Derek
Well,
White.
I'm not much. I'm just taking the words for JJ Redick. I'm not
Okay.
taking what D'Angelo Russell's like.
D'Angelo
At some
Russell,
point, it's like fool me twice. It's like shame on me. Like
my
you know,
favorite golf YouTuber, D'Angelo Russell, man.
he does golf.
Yeah.
He got a good swing?
He's got a golf channel. Yeah, a little lefty swing.
Who's better, him or Austin?
Austin.
Oh, okay.
Austin.
So Austin had
Hill-
the
Hillbilly
membership when
Bogey.
he was 6 years old.
Yeah, no, he actually looks like
Isaac
a professional
crazy.
swinger. You're crazy. Shout out to our boy Isaac, man. Shout out to our boy Isaac from the deep three. Anything media day? Anything else media day related?
It's hard. It's
Did
hard.
the Blazers say anything? There's a lot of teams that
Besides the
I feel
Scoot
like they
thing,
didn't get no
didn't-
buzz at all. I just saw
Besides the
pictures.
Scoot thing, that's really it.
Yeah, I just saw pictures.
But the Ben Simmons thing it's exciting, but it's like you gotta pull yourself in and be like, we
Why?
we not gonna get too hyped about
Why?
this. We're not gonna get excited.
did I hear anything from the Blazers other than, of course, that Scoot thing? I don't think I heard anything.
I didn't even hear the school thing besides y'all telling me. But why? Why you got to pull yourself back?
I don't want to get disappointed again.
That's you the food in.
It's
For
yeah.
believing
I
in
don't
it.
know how you
Wait,
could get
is he
disappointed.
in the Blazers, or did he say somebody else?
Ben
You talking about Ben
Simmons.
Simmons?
What are you
That's
gonna
what
be
I thought he said. Why is he talking about?
But what are you
believing
gonna
in
be
Ben
disappointed
Simmons?
in? You've lived the biggest disappointment is the fact that we're even here. Nothing can top that. That's my thinking as a Ben Simmons fan. Now, am I going to invest a lot of energy? No, because it's so much that the game offers.
Yeah.
But at the same time, hey man, if you want to believe in it, D Mills, believe in it.
What's
the,
his season high this year?
the worst that happened, like in a game,
Mhm.
or
And I'm gonna see what his season high was last year.
I'm gonna say 14.
No, I think he.
You were
He
talking
had
about
a high
predicting
one.
for this season, right?
Yeah, well, both. Yeah,
we did this before and it was not that bad.
I'll give him 25.
Or was it?
you got a 25-point game this year.
Yeah.
I'm topping it at 14.
Well, he had more than that last year.
So
Wasn't
his
healthy.
season high last year was 13.
Oh.
Talking about he had more.
So
than
maybe it
that
was an
I could've
assist.
swore he
Maybe
did.
it was an assist or
13.
rebound thing that we was guessing. No. We was asking how many double-digit games did he have?
Oh, okay, and it was 4 last year.
Because I think some of us guessed.
I mean, let's not act like he played. He played 15 games. Okay, so
Yeah.
Damn, that's it.
it don't.
felt
It feel like a
it
little
felt
bit
like a
more.
little
than
bit
It
that.
felt
Yeah.
like he had a stretch where he was playing though.
Yeah, that might have been the year before that because he played more games then.
Oh.
But what is his season high? He played 42 the year before that.
I'm not
And that
going,
is when we were talking about double-digit games.
I'm not going 25, but Ben Simmons will have a 20-point game this year. That's the best I can give you. I mean, the best version.
What do you
of
think
Ben,
the odds of that is?
the best version of Ben
20
Simmons?
point.
I don't know. I was saying
20-point game from Ben
25.
Simmons on
He was
FanDuel
giving you
going
like
for
18,
plus
19, and 9.
4,200 right now.
I would put 1,000 on that.
Yeah, for one game.
It's
I would
just,
put
you're
1,000
just
on
betting
that, too.
against his health then.
Yeah.
Because as long as he plays, he could get me.
I'd say you might be playing.
Because he's not going to hit no fucking free throws. And it's not going to hit no threes. It's 10 field goal makes.
And
That's a lot
remember,
for Ben Simmons,
remember
man.
we played. KB was showing us the highlight of Ben Simmons. It might have even been that career game.
Against
3
the
of those
Jazz?
baskets were tip ins.
Against the Jazz?
I don't remember who.
No,
it
we're
was.
talking about 2 years ago.
Hey, if
so
he
season
just got to
one.
give me 20 points, I'll take. What's wrong with Tippy? It's 2 points.
2
ain't it?
points, 2 points.
I'm saying the likelihood of just getting 10 tip ins versus being able to go out and
Oh,
get
I'm
like
not
10
asking to
field
get 10
goals.
tip-ins, but I'll take 2.
Y'all
3.
saw the Cam Thomas quote?
No.
He was asked, like, who in the league do you guards you the best? And he was like, I don't think it's a single player, but, these teams load up on one side and make it more difficult through doubles and stuff. And the commentator's like, so nobody? He was like, yeah, nobody. He's like, okay. He's going to try to average 50.
That sounds
this
like
season.
a
That sounds like a
bucket right there.
professional score answer. Like
Yeah.
I don't think no professional scorer think any one defender can guard them really well. It's more so a team thing.
I would agree.
Are we gonna add Cam Thomas to the
But they actually
legendary
guard you best,
one-on-one
right?
tournament?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, who guards me
I
best?
think he
I
should.
can bust your ass, and I don't think any of y'all up
We
there
had
can guard
Kevin
me.
Durant, Michael Jordan,
But-
Carmelo, Kobe Bryant, and Cam Thomas.
That's a Mike
Yeah.
pick, like Malik Monk getting drafted in the all-time draft a few episodes
I had
ago.
seen some on Reddit on my way here, and it was saying 3 players fighting for their basketball lives this season.
And is Ben Simmons one of them?
Lonzo Ball,
Yeah,
Ben Simmons,
agree.
Kevin Porter Jr.
Agree.
Okay.
Agree. I saw some quotes from him,
Who?
Kevin Porter Jr. Not
What'd
anything
he
worth talking
say?
about on the show or anything.
Oh.
But he was basically just saying he's excited to get another chance, fresher breath air.
It's
Been
about-
through therapy and counseling, and hopefully he's on the up and up.
I seen D Mills quoted it, the Draymond, where the reporter
the
said,
report.
people are worried about you.
I saw that shit too.
And both of them was just bugging.
I turned it off.
Draymond was
I couldn't
bugging
watch
too.
It was getting cringy.
Yes, I got like 30 seconds in. I'm like,
I agree
bro.
with Mike. They both was
They
kind of
both was bugging.
At first, I saw his quote tweet, so I was
Mhm.
100% going into it on Draymond's side.
Right.
And in the beginning of it, I'm on Draymond's side, but then Draymond kept going back. At some point, I'm like, damn, I'm clicking a video like, how much more longer
It's
is
a
it?
long
Yes, it's a
video.
long
Is he
video.
not gonna say next question or something?
I don't know why they worry about me.
Well, I did some good
I
things
don't
for
know
the
why
3
they
years.
worry
Yeah,
about me.
the few years, the things I was doing, and we all here. Haven't we all missed time? Kevon only played 82
That's
games.
why I was like, at some point,
Draymond, just say next question.
the reporter was trying to ask a legitimate question, like, are you gonna be available? Like, what? How are you gonna act upon that? He's like, I ain't been available for 13 years. We all miss games. Like, why are you trying to deflect it on?
And
Like,
the
he
dude-
asking you, bro.
I know you ain't talking about deflecting.
Uh-oh.
And the
You
dude ended
sound
up,
like me.
the dude ended up getting to the point of like, I'm talking about the suspension. He was
Yeah.
like, well, the rules of the suspension are still intact. And I was like, you confused the hell out of me now. Nobody's questioning the rules of it, but are you going to get suspended, Draymond, is what he's saying. Are you aware that when you get suspended, it hurts the team, is all he's saying.
Mhm.
But your teammates, they're worried about you. That's some dumbass shit to say because he ain't talked to one teammate, and if he did, they didn't say that. Their teammate would not, Andrew Wiggins would not tell that reporter, I'm worried about Draymond Green.
Hey, on the low, I'm a little worried for Draymond.
Nobody is saying that.
He said your teammates are worried about you. Your fans was worried about you.
Everybody but Steve Kerr is worried about you.
Josh said that looking at the roster, this is probably the best team he's been on.
Josh said that?
Yeah.
It is.
He said depth-wise as well, like,
They don't
he
have
feel like
Steven
they could
Adams,
really
though.
compete. Huh?
Steven Adams said he's healthy, so that's a good thing.
Steph Curry quote. I know there's a warrior mentality and culture of how we do things. There's a system that we've run for a decade plus that has worked. It doesn't necessarily mean that's how this team needs to play.
Mm.
We don't have Klay
Shots
Thompson
at
no more.
Steve Kerr.
We might have to switch some things up. I might need some more isolation.
I can't get over Klay Thompson in that Mavericks uniform either.
I could
It's
if
the
it wasn't
number.
31.
It's
It's
the
the
number.
30. Yeah, the
Yeah.
31 really throws it off. I don't know.
It stinks.
Even when I play against the Mavericks in 2K, I'm like, what is he doing? Like,
Yeah.
why? Like
It's in such a. And I know
Jeremiah said
it's
he's
some
playing with the
legends
ops now.
He did. Clay also said that playing with Luka and him being in that pick and roll, he said he's getting some of the best looks he's gotten in his whole career.
I'm sure of it.
So,
I just won't be cheering for it because of the number.
damn.
Yeah, that's how bad it is.
I don't
You came here with a 31 on your chest, I'm gonna be pissed at you. If you came into the pro-am lobby with 31, I would
Kyron
be
came in
pissed.
there with 39.
And I'm still pissed about that.
I think it's the same type of thing.
No,
31,
31 is a little bit better.
31
39
only
is
looked
crazy.
good on Van Exel and
Mhm.
Sebastian Telfair.
Ooh.
The only people that made
No,
31
nobody
look
else,
good.
huh?
Who is somebody else I should be thinking?
Isn't Riggy?
That were you said 39?
Riggy Miller.
31 or 39?
31.
Yeah, Reggie Miller is 31.
Yeah.
Sorry, Reggie.
Y'all do know why he was 31, right?
I'm listening.
Because it's 3 plus 1. That means.
All right.
He
That's
literally
some,
wore
that's some
31
crazy
because
shit. That's
he
is that
said,
true?
No, he said when all of the older guys that went to the Mavericks was wearing 31, like a Nick Van Exel or some shit like that. And there was another person.
Yeah, I
Was
made
it-
that up.
what
Oh, that was low key a bar though.
Jason
Was it Jason Terry that wore 31?
Jason Terry.
Mm.
Nick Van Exel, Jason Terry. He wanted to keep the trend or something. He said had
All right.
nothing to do with.
That's all.
Forgot you was.
That was pretty good though. We're gonna take our break and then we're gonna get into our top 10 centers in the NBA. Stay tuned.
Why should you bet with Caesars Sportsbook? 2 words, Caesars Rewards. Every bet brings you closer to the type of benefits only Caesars can offer. Hotel stays, VIP experiences, sports and concert tickets, and more. It's not just an app, it's an empire.
Do y'all feel as though this list fell into place?
Yeah, why the Bulls doing this on a?
Oh, what they do?
What are you
Come on
doing?
now.
Are you doing the dancing thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I thought they was doing something else. I was about to say, what else happened?
No, I need them to be grown. Take basketball serious.
But yeah, KB, for this list, especially at the top, it all just kind of, it fell right in line.
This was the least stressed I've been doing.
I laid in bed and did this one.
I laid in bed and did all mine.
We can tell, brother.
Yeah,
Fred
yeah,
VanVleet.
yeah,
Fred
yeah.
VanVleet.
Yeah.
Why
But,
you laid on the new couch?
new
I
corduroy
did.
couch.
Oh, boy. That,
Oh, hey, wait, did you put a picture in the snap?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I had took a picture the
It
day
literally
before.
remind me of some shit I wore to church when I was
It's
a
this
kid.
color, right? Like this
It's
blue.
a little darker.
It's
Okay.
darker. It's not this type of material, though. It's like a nice, it's like a,
Corduroy, right?
It definitely
Oh.
looks soft.
Let me see.
It is
Oh, you
soft.
still got it.
I
That's
don't
fine.
think I can replay it.
it's so, it was way bigger than we thought it would be.
Okay.
The dude that sold me my couch sold you your couch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How'd y'all know that? You told it? He told you?
He when we was working together, he was like, I think I know you. And I was like, how you know me? And I was like, I don't
He
think
said, "You've been talking to my wife."
He was like, I know you from somewhere. And then I left because we had to go, I think we had to go put the baby to sleep and we had to go take some measurements to see if what he was telling us would fit. And then we go back later and he was like, you work with Mike, don't you? And he was like, I sold Mike his couch.
I also saw, he said, I sold Mike that couch. Me and Mike did a lot on the table deal, so I put a little pack in that couch. So, you know what I mean?
That's funny, though.
I sold him
I remember dude, but I
accounts.
don't remember him at the same time.
He sold you accounts. A couch
But
and
did he
a
cut
house.
you a deal?
He did.
Okay. Real one.
Hey, I'll be pissing Mike off sometimes.
Yeah, he was pulling string. He got that couch cheaper than what it was. I was like, bet.
How much cheaper?
Like $500.
Oh,
Damn.
damn. Okay.
Him and
So you gave it for free?
They gonna bargain some shit.
They definitely a bargain group.
Mad me
I
not to
didn't
ever
even
try
go
to
in
get
there trying to
y'all shit.
negotiate. He
Try
just-
to say, hey, I'm getting rid of this monitor for my PC. You want it? Let me negotiate with you. I'll take it if you meet me halfway to bring it to me.
You know why I know y'all a bargaining group and y'all don't be spending a lot of money or whatever? Your family was at my house hanging out, and I had the Trader Joe's Takis. And your girlfriend was like, can I try them? I want to try them before I buy them. I'm like, it's a $2 bag of chips. Like, yeah, you can, obviously. My house is your house. But, like, I've never in my
Shout
mind,
out to Angie. He's not doing that.
he's just buying and
Yeah,
going.
he's not doing that.
Shout out to it.
But yeah,
I
no,
see the
that's-
baby girl walking now.
Yeah, that's like her main form of transportation almost now.
No longer on the scooter. Just now she's just walking.
I had said it's like a teenager when they get a fresh set of wheels, man.
Yeah.
They just gotta go
going,
places even with no when we had cars, when you first get a car, you just going
Just
places
going.
without
Not caring
even
about
thinking
nothing.
about it. You just
But
just
before
outside.
you get
On
it,
E.
it's like when you know you finna get a car, it'd be like, man, I'm from anywhere we need to go. I'm the rad.
And then you get in.
I'm
you
the
like,
wheels, and then
yeah,
you
you
get the
never
car,
wanna
and you
drive.
like, nah.
You just
I'm
going
good.
to the mall for no reason.
No reason.
Just going anywhere.
It's funny
I'm
to
happy
see.
I wasn't the first one to get my L's out of the group. Or car.
Who was the first one?
John?
I think John was.
With that lit ass black guy.
No.
No, he had his mom's car then.
I know I was driving my mom's car to the mall once.
I was my friend group got so many different age brackets that Donnie was the first one because he's literally a year older than us. So, because I think all y'all are the same age.
Yes, we are.
Besides Terrence.
Yeah.
Terrence, little bro.
But then in high school, Terrence was super, super duper young. But it's funny to see how all of us are as we like become old.
We all getting old.
Super cheap over here.
My back hurt all the time.
Mike is literally like a cool uncle to me.
Just don't trust him with the kids, but cool uncle for sure.
You can't say that, man. I be watching the kids every other week. Not
Mike
every
is
other week.
also
but I
So
be
how did you
watching
forgot to get him dinner?
them. No, I didn't.
Oh,
Mike is also funny because he just make up rumors.
I heard that KB having a Halloween party. No, you didn't, bro.
And I
No,
was
you
gonna be on
didn't.
some high school shit, and I was gonna go in the other chat, but I'm like, let me stop before, because they don't know that we play like this, so they gonna take it for real and start making plans.
Because I was at
KB
this-
gonna say it's Pierre and D Mills' turn to host something.
Because you hosted fantasy football. I host all the time.
Hey, like I said, when I get my house, I host everything.
We had
I'm one of those people that like that's how I like to be. Like the people across the street from me, they have a house, and like every Sunday our block could be having like 7-8 cars, and I told Dana like, when I have a house, that's how I want my shit to be. Where like every second Sunday of the month or some shit, like everybody can come chill with me. I just like having I just like being with family and friends. You know what I'm saying? I know some people like to just kind of be put up in a way, but
When I think about it, sometimes I think about having to clean up,
my fault.
and I just don't be wanting to clean up.
Oh, that's the least.
Yeah, I was just
I would have.
just spend the 200.
It don't matter about cleaning up.
Spend the 200.
true. I just did that a few weeks ago,
There you
like
go.
last week or so.
It's worth it.
And then what was funny, she contacted us. We was like playing pro-am, and then I guess she texted Angel like, "Do you need anything done?"
Yeah,
like,
come through.
Sure.
I always say yes.
You said you always say yes.
If they ask,
I
hell
feel
yeah.
like cleaning is so different when you got two people doing it. Like if I had walked in my house and it was like a mess and I was like, I gotta straighten up, I'd be low key like a little irritated. But if it's like me and my girl doing it, I feel like we done in like 10, 20 minutes. And obviously it's different when
It
you have
sounds
a
like
bigger
straightening
house.
up and not cleaning up.
No, I'm talking about like cleaning up, and it's like obviously we could do it over the course of the day if we're doing like laundry too and stuff like that. But like cleaning up together is a lot better than doing that shit by yourself.
100%.
It
I still got to get better at doing laundry.
It depends on what it is.
periodically
I
throughout the
agree though
week.
with you. Like I think if I have a house like KB house, then yeah, because that's just a lot. But
That's just a lot of space.
Yeah, 8,000 square feet for anybody at home watch.
but
No, that's crazy.
my apartment big, but at the same time, it's not like overwhelmingly big because one of the rooms is mine, the other one is the office.
I wish we be able to know.
That ain't nobody else's.
That's why I
business.
get mad when I lose something because I'd be like, it's not many places that can go in the house. The
How
house
do
not
you-
crazy big.
How do you lose things? I'm always interested in people that lose things.
Just
Dana
misplacing
lose
it.
stuff,
Because I
too.
don't have.
I lose big shit.
Like
I
what?
lost my Dikembe Mutombo jersey.
Oh,
Ow.
damn.
I wanted to wear it today in honor of him, and I just could not find it.
Well, you have a big house. It's
But
probably
but it's a
anywhere.
It's not like it's
Yeah.
a grain of rice.
Now listen, you have a very nice house. His house is not no damn thing where he can lose a Dikembe
But
Mutombo
it's
jersey.
like 3 floors. He could have put it anyway.
Well, I can
You see your
eliminate.
gas in my house.
I can
I'm just saying.
in that house. In my mind, I could eliminate 7 places immediately.
The only place
it
it
ain't in
should
that
be is the
kitchen.
fucking closet.
It ain't in that front part where Avery toys used to be.
Probably ain't in the kitchen.
It ain't. I said that.
Oh.
It damn sure ain't in they bedroom.
You ain't probably taking it to the bathroom.
How you was with the Dames?
Yeah, no.
How you was with the Dames? You know what I'm talking about. Today, I want to get some sleep. He said. He said.
All right, let's
This
get to this
15
list, man.
seconds. You get it.
I played 24 seconds of defense, brother. Who are y'all number 10 center in basketball?
You know what they say about man with little feet?
Big socks.
I ain't heard that one. But
Dare give us your 10.
Number 10 for me is Jaren Jackson Jr. I thought Jaren Jackson, I love the evolution of what we see from him when there's no co-star, like there's no Bane or we see him go out there and now he got 40 and he just going crazy. But I'm very excited to see him with this offensive evolution now have a complete team around him. I think we're going to see a more aggressive him. I think now having Ja next to him is just going to make everything so much easier. He's no longer just like the number one guy. So now I think the efficiency is going to go up. The numbers might drop, but I think his efficiency is going to get a lot better when you have a gravity like a John Moran around you.
He's a guy that should be on the list. He didn't make the top 10 for me personally.
Did not make my list.
Though there are things in his game that I thought he was way better at this year because defensively he couldn't really play his role because of all the injuries. It just wasn't the year for him.
Yeah.
I think next year when we do this again, he'll jump right back
I
into
agree.
this list.
I think he's a guy that I'd rather see with the Ja and Desmond Baines is because
And he might be back to a 4.
I was gonna say
The
I don't.
way
He's
they doing media
He's
day.
gonna be a power forward next year.
my team was Kristaps Porzingis. Kristaps had a really good year. Obviously won a championship with the Boston Celtics. Whenever he was on the floor, they were, that team. They was that team when he wasn't on the floor too, but he definitely made them better. The only reason he's number 10 for me is really because of the 57 games. He's a guy that missed 2 playoff series and missed a bunch of the finals. I think any other player on this list who missed that much time for their team is affected by it. The fact that they were able to still have the success that they had, even with him missing that time, I think speaks to the weight that he carries for the team. And I said I've done this for every Celtic. The pro of playing on a team like this that's stacked is that you're going to win and you're going to have the success and win a championship. The con is when it comes to things like this, I have to factor in that you're playing with 4 other potential all-star players compared to your peers at your position. If Rudy misses that much time, the Timberwolves are affected. If Miles Turner misses that much time, especially in the playoffs, they're affected. If Chet misses 2 playoff series or whatever, they're affected. Porzingis is one of the only centers that can miss this much time and his team can still not only not be affected, but how many playoff games did they lose?
But they lose
Like 2?
Lost 3. 1 in the first round, 1 in the second round, swept the conference finals, 1 in the finals.
Yeah, they were just going through shit, and he was just chilling. And even in the finals, he had the 20-point game, and we was like, oh, man, if he don't play again, they going to miss him. And they was like, we good.
Yeah, we are.
And so, again,
was in the finals, though, defensively, he was crazy. Like, he was getting a lot of blocks, like
how many games do you think he played in the finals?
2, 3.
Was it 2?
It was like 2.5. One of those games he actually did get hurt.
Yeah.
And he tried to come back. But 98th percentile and isolation impact, still, I feel like ever since he went to the Wizards, he kind of really had the time to figure that out. 76% at the rim in the 95th percentile. His post-up impact is 100 percentile, and in rim point save, 99 percentile.
That was the evolution of Kristaps Porzingis over the last couple of seasons. It used to be put the small guy on him because he can't do anything. Now, again, we saw that in the finals in the first round. He will literally shoot over you, but also he makes you pay back to the basket as well, too. He was my number 10 as well. And I think mostly with the injury, there is one guy on the list that is extremely high, even though he only played 30-something games, but he's fucking Joel Embiid. He's the exception to the rule, but being healthy is the best thing you could be, and Kristaps has struggled with that, and it didn't matter. When he played, he was great. They were great. When he didn't play, he wasn't great, but they were still great.
Kristaps Porzingis can hoop, man.
Yes, he can.
He's averaged 20 points on his team. I felt like he could, but I also understood that I'm a fan of Kristaps, so in the back of my mind, I was like, he did it.
Yeah.
He did it. 50%, almost 40% from 3. He did it, man.
He was a big part of the reason why during the regular season they were beating up on teams because they would just they would hit so many threes, and I'd tell you that 7-footer hitting that 30-foot bomb, that's devastating.
I still remember
right
was
there.
that the first game of the season they played against us in Madison Square Garden? Mitchell Robinson was so.
Oh, that was when Mitchell Robinson before the game, he was like, oh no, I'm thinking of a different game. This is when he guarded Vic for the first time.
Yeah, he was guarding Porzingis, and he kind of was confused because he was trying to help his teammates, but Porzingis was, and it's oh, what do I do? So, yeah.
Now y'all got your own version of that threat with Karl-Anthony Towns.
But I don't think Karl-Anthony Towns is going to be rim point save 99 percentile.
Under Thibodeau, you never know.
My little attempt with Porzingis too. I'll talk about some of the players 11 and 12, just notable mentions or whatever. But Miles Turner didn't make his way on this list, but Miles Turner had a hell of a damn year.
He's not on your list?
No.
He was my 11 too.
He was my 11 as well.
Jarrett Allen wasn't really close, but I think Jarrett Allen deserves some love for the type of year that he had last year.
He made my list.
Jarrett Allen didn't make mine either.
He's my 12.
Okay.
And then my number 9 was Chet.
My number 9 was Chet.
Who, for a rookie year, you really can't ask him to do much more. I thought he was an impactful shot blocker. As a young guy, we know that he's going to get stronger and some of those problems will go away, but He did a lot, man. Offensively, I thought he was better than he was going to be, or I thought he was going to be. And then, like, he just got that type of, like, confidence on the court that I think you want from a young guy.
Yeah, he wins Rookie of the Year in 96% of rookie seasons. But it just so happened he ended up being with the unicorn. Or not the unicorn, the alien, I'm sorry.
And, and it's unfortunate he tried to challenge Bron at the rim during the Drew Leagues. He would have been in his own.
He broke his foot.
Him versus Paolo.
Oh, that would have been interesting.
That would have been.
I
think it would have been close, bro.
We also looking at Chet with like that extra year of the Thunder.
That's true.
Sure.
He had a year.
He would have played with a different
the
Thunder.
year two rookies always come in better than expected.
Yeah, because they have a year of like working on their body and like being around the team. And it's a lot different.
Real trainers, real dietitians, all of that stuff combined.
Yeah.
But
it's not really a real rookie experience, probably.
It's so weird that Chet is not. I don't want to say in the shadow of Wemby.
I get what you mean.
With them being the same, like similar sizes and having games where they can put it on the ground and great defenders, it will feel like he's always like how Kevin Durant was number 2. He's such a phenomenal defender. But again, Wemby is also here as, well, again, not the same draft class, but same level of experience that Chet might get overshadowed for the majority of his career as a defender because of Wemby. But he was disgustingly impactful as a rim protector. And you felt the difference with him not on the court. Now, part of that's because they really didn't have a backup center at all. So, like, just having somebody that was tall mattered a lot. But I always think about the one game. I think we were all together against the Warriors. Remember, he hit that corner three-point shot. Were we at my crib when that happened?
Oh, yeah.
We were watching that game together. It's like, and then Shea took over in that.
Probably.
Might have been Friendsgiving. Shea took over in that overtime. I mean, I don't have anything else to say other than Chet was just great this rookie season. I can't wait to see what year 2 looked like.
For me, number 9 was Şengün. Şengün had an amazing year. He gave you 21 and 9.
29.
And I say,
boy.
He got the script.
Şengün ain't make my list, but I was going to make an edit right there if he had 29.
But I really love the late game execution between him and Fran VanVleet. You saw them have this very great chemistry down the stretch of games where they was able to close them out. And I just love his ability to facilitate an offense from the 5 spot. I think it's amazing. He only averaged 5 assists. That doesn't speak volumes to actually how great of a playmaker he is. And
Absolutely.
And I just think also being a center that people question your defense, they were one of the best defenses in the league. So obviously he ain't that much of a hindrance to a defense. So he's doing something good over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shout out to Şengün.
And he also has sneaky athleticism. Don't sleep. You sleep, now you're on a poster. Şengün is definitely like that.
No, real talk. He put some people on some posters. Love Şengün. Disappointed he wasn't able to make it. I think he will. I think he have a better chance making it this year. The Rockets also got a lot of these centers that's on my list. They are on good teams.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Play playoff basketball and different things like that. My number 9 is Jarrett Allen, though. Jarrett Allen, to me, is a guy that I figured wouldn't make everybody else's list.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he had a very underrated year. And the things he did this past year was super valuable to me because of all of the injuries that the Cavaliers had with Donovan, Garland, and Mobley. And for them to be able to have him being a consistent pillar on their team, in their lineup, was super, super big for me. Especially when they went on that 17-1 run in those 18 games. If you go look at what Jarrett Allen was giving them from a production standpoint, you're going to walk away extremely impressed. I don't remember the numbers off the top of my brain, but I think it was somewhere between 17 and 13 on 60% shooting. He had games where he had 4 blocks, 5 blocks, almost 20 rebounds, 16, 17. Like, he was doing every single thing, double-double machine for them, and they really needed that, and I think that kind of saved their season. So for him to be able to provide them with that was good. Also, the playoffs. Obviously, he missed the rest of it after starting it. But the 2 games he gave them out of the 4 at the beginning of that series, where he gave them 18 rebounds in that first game, I think 20 rebounds in the second, 9 offensive. They needed every game in that series against the Magic, or, we talking about the Cavaliers having a disappointing playoff series. So Jarrett Allen, because of the impact there, 99 percentile offensive rebound, 99 percentile in offensive rebounding is amazing. I think he's a guy that kind of had a slept-on season, and when you look at the impact that he gave the Cavaliers and how much they needed it, so he made my list at 9. Shout out to Jarrett Allen.
It's a tough cut for me. Let's get to 8s.
Did y'all get y'all now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mike
went first. Number 8 for me was Rudy Gobert. Obviously, he anchored one of the best defenses in the league.
He's smiling.
What? What you smiling about? You had him a little higher?
I'm letting you go.
No, don't let him go.
No, he gets to go.
You know, Rudy does his thing.
He
He
said,
does,
you
he
know
does the
Rudy.
same thing every year. He anchors one of the best defenses in the league. He's consistent. I do feel like his hands got a little bit better, but he's still very clunky and sloppy. But
His hands got a little bit better. I did not look at that
offensively, there's
season
more
thing.
there. I don't expect a lot from him.
He went from what, an F to a D minus
Yeah,
with his
he
hands.
Yeah, but other than that, Rudy
What about
does
his
thing
footwork?
defensively.
What would
Huh?
you grade his footwork?
A F.
If he locked in with you, how much better would he get?
If he locked, I could probably get up to a C.
Okay.
I don't even know if you guys.
I do want to say back in the day, Darrick nickname was Big Sloppy. And you
It
talk about
was. It
footwork.
actually was.
big sloppy.
That was someone at the Y.
That was one person.
I know exactly who he was talking about when he said it, though. That face popped up in my brain.
Yeah. My 8 was Alperen Sengun.
Y'all not going to argue?
No.
Oh.
I got no arguments for that.
I also have Sengun at number 8. Just a really good offensive player
Do I
too.
feel like arguing?
You're gonna get
It's
to
the
it.
last
Once
position. It's your last chance to really.
you argue when he was one spot. When I had a one below you
That
felt
was
like that was
actually-
arguing. I know you don't got him one spot above number 9 or number 8, whatever
wait,
you had.
We'll wait because he has to have somebody above Rudy. We
Yeah,
have to see who
sure.
those people are. Because I have Rudy a little higher.
The problem is we ranked this off last season. So, okay.
No, go ahead. So
Rudy would be significantly higher on my list if it wasn't just based on last season, but it was just in general. Because there are some people I have above him that I am not taking over Rudy Gobert if I'm starting the team.
I know you,
Point blank,
but
period.
you're
I am
gonna
not
put
taking
Sabonis
Sabonis over Rudy Gobert if I started the season right now.
for sure.
But Sabonis is higher.
But based off last year, you would.
No, I wouldn't.
Then why is he high on your list based off
Because
last
I think he had a better year, but I don't think I think the
for the team structure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
Sabonis had a better year, but I don't think he's a better basketball player or more impactful basketball player than Rudy Gobert.
Okay. Yeah. Because I was about to say he's definitely a better basketball player.
Yeah, he's not more impactful than Rudy Gobert.
Number 8 for me was Chet. Y'all spoke on Chet. The one thing I will say that y'all didn't mention, I don't think, I didn't realize how good Chet was in isolation for them. I think he could go up in scoring, what you was talking about, Darrick,
Yep.
if they allow him to have a little bit more of that. Obviously, it's going to be tough because you have Shea, you
And
have
J-Dub.
J-Dub. But the way he was getting his shit off, because I went to watch. I was like, I do not remember him being. I know he got some game, but damn, he was in a 90 percentile isolation impact. And I went to go watch some of it. He was dragging some of them centers from the perimeter.
No, yeah, that's
He was
exactly what
dragging
does.
ass.
I think that's
So,
what would be surprising.
When you
people
were
is-
saying go get buckets,
Yes.
I felt you
Oh,
because he
yeah.
went and got buckets.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
centers
yeah.
are not fast enough to keep up with him on the perimeter.
I think it'd be surprising people when it's like he be on the perimeter ready to catch shoot, and then he just start putting on the floor. He'll
Yeah.
go behind his back or between his legs and
Yeah.
go get one. Like,
But now that was something that I think I was expecting to see
Yeah.
more of. He did it, and obviously he does it a lot. But when I say dragging, like for a guy that's quote unquote thin framed or whatever, I seen him like put
Yeah.
that shoulder
No,
in.
you ain't
and-
got to put the quotes in. That brother is skinny as shit. He might have
No,
some
yeah,
strength
no,
with it.
for sure.
But
But like, yeah, I was like, this is the play he's supposed to get knocked off of, you know, and he got an and one, like a way bigger center. So I was impressed to see that. And then you mix that with the putting it between the legs and all of that shit, being able to. I like when he catch it and he's driven and he acts like he's gonna drive and he rise up and shoot.
Yeah.
Cause I'll be like, damn, he is so tall that he getting them. It's all slow and shit, but it don't matter.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
so
gonna be surprised if by
crazy.
next year he's a second option. Like that's how talented he is offensive.
Y'all can argue on that one too, cause he love him some J-Dub.
J-Dub is disgusting, brother.
He is. Chet is just so like I'm talking about physical tools and already having a
Tell
skill.
him.
Like he's
You know basketball.
he's gonna project to be their second option.
now you just
What?
you went from I think he had a chance to he's gonna be there. He gonna be
Yeah,
projected.
no, I'm saying like next year he's that talented where he's probably gonna be their second option next year. That's how talented.
So you're saying he's going to average more points per game than
because
J-Dub?
like he
Then
averaged.
Is he going to average more points per game than J-Dub?
So last year
why is he going to
No,
other stuff?
he averaged 16 and a half last year. J-Dub averaged about 19. I could see Chet like getting up to like 20.
You don't think
And you
J-Dub
think
going
J-Dub
to
can add
probably
one point?
I think J-Dub's probably going to stay around the same area, around 21, 22.
Hey,
I
nah,
think
But
they're
that 21-22 is higher than 20.
they're both going to be around the same range.
But do we
But I think
realize
talent
that
for talent, I think
21-22
Chet's going to be their second option.
I was rolling with you, but now you kind of moving this shit. He
How?
didn't say talent for talent. Y'all talked about who is going to average the most points
Yes,
next
and
year.
I think Chet's going to have average the most.
Do you want to bet
Okay.
$1,000 on it?
No.
Do you want to bet $100 on it?
Sure.
We bet $100.
No, shake hands. That didn't look like a hand.
I believe that J-Dub will average more points per game
I
than
believe
Chet.
Chet will.
$100.
$100.
He'll pay. He betted me.
I trust everybody here to pay their bets.
True.
I sent him his 50 yesterday.
He bet me. It took him a whole week, but
Because I forgot about it.
he thought that the Cowboys was gonna come back on the Ravens that one game in the fourth. They were down. They had a little run.
Oh, I remember that.
But they were
Yeah.
down like 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I
and I
remember
told
that.
him like they make it interesting, but 3 touchdowns is a lot to
Yeah,
overcome.
that felt like an eternity ago, but yeah, that was last
And
week.
then Derek was like, "No, they gonna do it. They got the timeouts. They gonna manage them right." I'm like, Derek, those timeouts are gonna evaporate very fast.
It be sounding good.
And then he
I
kept
don't know
going.
if Derek got that football mind, because even when we were watching the Bears
Yeah,
game this
no.
year,
He like,
that was
why
the
they running
worst.
again? They got the lead. They got to drain the clock, but why they running? Pass and get an incompletion and stop the clock for the other team. Why would you run and waste the clock? Talking about some, oh my gosh, it's Matthew Stafford. So throw the ball and
Bro,
position.
and
Patrick Mahomes.
what did Matthew Stafford do the first
Wait,
the
but I'm-
first play?
to his
First play of the
defense,
draft.
Matthew Stafford
he got some.
is that
He
guy.
definitely know.
yeah.
Is that guy.
We'll still
but
I just didn't want to
we'll
give
put
Matthew
respect
the
on his
thought
name.
process of throwing the ball to keep the ball out of his hands, I've never heard.
Like he
You-
Patrick
that's a new-
Mahomes.
no
that's
timeouts,
Tom
a minute and a half
Brady.
to go, and then the punter put it in the within the 10.
You got a new way of thinking, boy.
He did.
I'm so
Shout
scared
out
of
to
putting the
punter.
ball in the
What's his
quarterback
name?
hands. I'm going to
I
throw
gotta
it
get it.
and give him extra, basically timeout by stopping the clock potentially.
I saw a stat, and we're going to get to our fantasy football corner. Torrey Taylor has increased the Bears' win percentage every single game by like 3 to 4% just by punting the ball.
So is he their best player?
One of them.
Cut it out with all that analytics shit.
I mean, when you
He might
put
be
the
our
other
best
team
player.
at such a disadvantage,
It's hard to go 97 yards to score.
I don't want him punting the fucking ball.
I think the Rams were
Yeah,
91
I wouldn't
yards
either.
less.
Okay then.
I would much rather.
I don't care about having a
To
good
not
punt,
know him at all.
Yeah.
Because the offense, like
personally.
the Commanders, who the hell is they punter? They punted one time in 3 weeks. Nobody ever see him.
Must be. Now, shout out to
Easy
my boy
paycheck.
OTF Achilles, man.
Oh, yeah. Your brother is saving my fantasy team. My guy, he is the GOAT. All right,
At
next
number
on the
8, yeah, I had Chet. Did y'all get
Shingun was my 8.
Shingun.
Chet was my 7.
Okay, Chet was 7.
My 7 is Bam Adebayo.
My 7 is unfortunately Bam Adebayo.
Who was your 7, Mike? Tell us now. Because we're going to start talking about you. I had him too. No, you did.
I had a Sabonis as my 7.
Oh,
Ooh, I like it, Mike.
talk to us.
I like it, Mike.
Talk to us. Because I had Sabonis a lot higher. I'm guessing you did. I'm guessing
Yeah.
you did.
I did not want him to be, but yeah.
One spot higher.
Oh, okay.
So
Chet
He was
Holmgren
on-
over Rudy Gobert?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Go.
for Sabonis, I agree with y'all. It's probably honestly it might have been one of his best years. He didn't make All-Star, but he
All NBA.
All NBA, and honestly, it felt like last year it was like De'Aaron Fox was really like the true number one. Like he turned up. Sabonis is still kind of like that number 2, but it felt like this year Sabonis was the one that kind of led the charge, and they still played pretty solid on the season. It just didn't really turn out how they wanted to, but he had an amazing year
He had a
individually.
career year. And
Yeah. Best rebounder. I think he best rebounder in the game probably right now.
Yeah, he led the league.
And
I'm
double
sorry.
doubles and
Yeah.
We didn't speak on Bam. All defensive first team, 3rd in defensive player of the year. Their defensive versatility is incredible. 19, 10, and 4. One of the guys that they were able to count on. I want to see them take this season serious.
well, Jimmy Butler had a normal hairstyle.
He did.
So
That's how you know he meant business.
You're right. Derek says he thinks Bam Adebayo is going to win Defensive Player of the Year this year.
Yep.
I like that. I want him to.
We know what Bam gives us, though. I want to see the ISO impact be a little bit better. I think it was underwhelming with the offensive skill set that I know he possesses. You want to see him take some more threes. There's definitely a place where Bam can grow and get higher on this list. We just have to see the type of year that the Heat have. But yeah, man.
Bam is another one of them dudes that if it was like talent for talent, or who would I rather have, he's significantly higher on his list for that defensive
Absolutely.
versatility, point of or bring him to the attack, on the touch, drop in coverage, literally does it all and does it all well. And he's got a relationship with AJ Wilson, which puts him a little bit higher on this list because the brothers winning.
Yeah.
And so is the sisters. Playoffs, baby.
Hashtag winning.
Oh, they lost game 1. The Liberty won game 1. I'm sorry.
Spike Lee was
Yeah, the Liberty won game 1. Sorry. So she's not winning currently, but she did win MVP. So
I'm
shout out
rocking
to
with the
AJ.
Liberty. They got my favorite player over there.
Sabrina Ionescu, Jacquel Jones, Stewie, Okay. I like that.
Oh,
I'm a big Nafisa Collier person myself, as y'all know.
Not bad.
I like her game
Not
too.
bad.
She's
what
a
they all got in
hooper.
common?
Hooper.
I don't know.
The con.
Oh.
UConn.
I worked with Nafisa before I was aware of who she was. And I felt so bad being on that panel because, like, the producer was in my ear because I was interviewing her. She was, like, last second ad. And I felt so bad because I'm giving these generic-ass questions because it's the producer telling me to ask. I'm like, man, I
You
need to
could add
lock the
some-
fuck in.
yeah.
If I knew she was there, I would have gave, like, a real interview because I didn't know she was that dope, that talented.
Yeah.
So shout out to her.
And Stewie's only.
Let me interview you again,
Stewie's
please.
just my girl until next year. Paige coming there.
Shout out to Paige.
And Cam Brink was hurt this year.
I'm excited for the expansion team, man.
Karen Brink just got engaged too.
She
Sure
did.
did.
She
Congratulations.
did. We are so happy for her.
Yeah.
So fucking happy for
We
her.
are so happy.
Nah, go ahead though.
What are we on?
Hey, Chet Holmgren over Rudy Gobert
Yes.
last season.
Yeah.
Can
You
I?
gotta say why.
I think Chet still was one of the best anchoring defenders in the league. Like he still
But he
came-
wasn't better than Rudy.
No, he wasn't. But
Okay.
I still think what Chet gives me offensively is something that I would take higher than what Rudy's going to give me offensively. And I still think the one thing that OKC missed it, Chet came in and just did everything that they wanted. The year before that, they needed a center. Chet came in, and we saw a huge difference in this team when they got a legit 7-footer out there that could block shots. He's good on the perimeter. He's fine out there. He's also very good in isolation, as P noticed. He does a good job of catching shoot threes. He does a lot for me on both sides of the floor to where I would take him over Rudy.
Fair. All right,
I
next
would take
number.
him too.
I like the
I'm
two-way
going
ability.
off of last year though.
I love two-way ability. And Chet gives me that
That's fair.
at an elite level.
Got no argument against that, brother.
What number are we on?
Hey, that's why I went. He don't be knowing shit.
I like when Darrick get in his bag. There was
He
no
made
flaws
some
in that
good
argument.
points. He made
There's
some
no
good
flaws.
points.
Yeah. Even though I don't completely agree,
Yeah.
there's no flaws in the
I
argument.
think Rudy had a better year.
I do too.
I'm taking what he said about taking him. I'm taking Chet.
I just watched that man
He definitely
Rudy
convinced the coach. He
stop Kevin Durant in isolation for an entire series.
ain't stopped that dude number 77.
That's a little bit different now.
Oh, okay.
That's a better isolation player.
Who do we say is the best scorer of all time?
Who do you say? You say Kevin Durant.
And he was stopping who?
Kevin Durant.
Okay.
Wait, who do you say is the best scorer of all time?
Cassius Stanley, maybe?
Okay. You just don't want to say Kevin Durant.
Nah, it's probably Kevin Durant.
That's the best title they had. Best scorer of all time. Kevin Durant.
Wait, what number are we on?
6, I
6.
believe.
This is where I have Sabonis. This is one spot higher than Mike.
Okay. This is where I do have Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, so I have Rudy Gobert.
Finally.
Okay.
Me and KB, let's kind
He's
of.
locked in.
Y'all similar?
Yeah.
Stress list. I didn't make one adjust. I made my list and let my list breathe.
I have
I did
Jarrett
too.
Allen. He had Sengun. That's the only difference. But
Yeah.
Chet, Bam, and Rudy has been. So I have Wemby at 5.
I have Wemby at 5. So shout out to Big Vic, man.
I have Wemby at 5.
Okay.
Wait. 4s. I mean, 6s. Did you give your 6?
It was Gobert.
Gobert 6, and then your 6 was.
Sabonis.
Hey, Rudy Gobert. Let me give a little spiel about Rudy Gobert. You know what I'm saying? The same conversation I have every single year that we do these lists.
Argue with him, Mike.
Just the best drop coverage big in the history of basketball, and it's just not even close. And he had a less than successful season last year, where the team was still elite defensively, but not as elite. This year was the best it could be. And he don't get all the credit for that. Jaden McDaniels is there. Karl-Anthony Towns had bought in. Anthony Edwards. Mike Conley's always a good team defender. But
Nikhil
having
Alexander Walker.
got Nikhil Alexander walk off the bench, even Kyle Anderson off. Like, they had a great defensive team. It's not all Rudy Gobert. But having that man in drop coverage. And then what'd you ask him to do in the playoffs against the Suns occasionally? Switch. Now, again, that one possession against 77. Can't say anything about that.
It happens.
But when you watch him defend Kevin Durant, and you're like, damn, he moving them puppies. And if you look at the statistics, he was in the 96th percentile in isolation. And he's not getting ISO'd against other bigs. That's the switch. Come on, man. That guy's a fucking dog defensively. Don't give him the ball, though.
That's one of the most. That's why when you hear people talk about Rudy Gobert in isolation, it's actually disturbing.
They don't watch the games. They watch highlights.
He's actually very good at
He's
isolation.
really
He has
good.
good. He's very versatile. Like,
And
he
he
has
just-
good feet.
He's ugly when he's doing it.
Yeah.
He's a little clumsy with it. But effectiveness is effectiveness at
Yeah.
the end of the day.
I think his clumsiness more so come on the offensive side. I think defensively he's very solid.
The biggest thing for Rudy that's been unfortunate is the moments.
Yeah.
The Terrence man, and it was a closeout game. Wasn't it the closeout game?
No, it led to
The
a
closeout
game. Where
It
they
was a
lost.
big game. The Luka shot. It's just people turning him around.
The James Harden, and Steph Curry also had it.
Yeah.
But
It's gonna happen. Steph
but
Curry.
if you look at the common thing, well, except for Terrence Mann, those are like the elite guards of the league.
But even I think the Terrence Mann game is a litmus test on who be watching hoops and how do they interpret it. I want y'all to rewatch that game at home
Well,
and tell me
scheme was
Rudy
the-
Gobert was in the wrong.
the scheme was to let him
No,
shoot.
he wasn't wrong. I'm doing it 90. That's what I say in pro-am. Hey,
If the
dude is
fifth
gonna
worst
beat
player
us,
on the court,
he's gonna beat us,
Yeah.
and we're gonna tip our cap off to him. But
now he did get called a few times.
Yeah.
Terrence Mann called him on the poster
that's-
once.
yeah, he got going.
He gave an offensive rebound to
Oh,
Terrence
yeah,
Mann a
when
few
you let a
different
role
times.
player get going like that, they feel like they're on top of the world. Ain't nothing you could do.
but those moments are engraved in people's brains.
Yeah. And there's no alternative. When you take him off the court, you put in who?
Nas Reed.
And
No, I
that's-
mean in that series.
I can't even tell you who the hell.
Nobody's
know
gonna
who's
ever
Derek
able to match
Favors?
that production.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna be
The
able to match
only
that.
bad side I could say about it was the offensive side of that game because he has a 7-inch advantage over
And he
his
can't take
defender and he
advantage of
can't
it.
take advantage of
Yeah.
it. But defensively, that's
Terrence Mann can score 30 on him. He can't score 30 on Terrence Mann.
like if you watch that game, bro, Reggie Jackson was getting 2 feet to the paint every possession. And if Rudy Gobert's off the court and you put in, let's say Royce O'Neal, I don't even know if he was on that team. Then Reggie Jackson just has a
Yeah,
layup
Royce
every
O'Neal's on
time.
the team. He probably was already on the floor.
Layup.
I remember specifically in the series against the Mavericks, they threw the ball down to Rudy because the Mavericks are just switching because they'll do that.
Kyrie on him.
No, he had Luka on him. And
No,
he was,
Porzingis had Kyrie on him. I'm sorry.
and he was trying to back Luka down, and Luka just poked the ball out of his hand. He started talking hellish shit. I'm
Yeah.
like, Rudy, you
It's
gotta be
just
better.
it's unfortunate that he just has never developed an offensive game other than catching an occasional lob and setting a good screen.
So he only good because he tall.
Hey,
That's okay.
Where would
though.
Rudy
That's
Gobert
okay.
be at
Genetically
6'3"?
at McDonald's.
I just think he's so elite at what he does. He doesn't need an
Podcast and
offensive
shit.
game.
He would be a beekeeper. I
Oh,
think.
true.
Yeah, he'd be a beekeeper.
What?
Don't ever say no shit like that.
What'd you say?
I say he's so elite at what he does that he doesn't really need to develop an offensive game. You don't pay him
Oh,
to play.
I wholeheartedly
I
disagree.
wish he would, like obviously, but he didn't. But he's still so great at
No,
one
I
thing.
feel what
that,
you're
like,
saying.
It's kind of like we just got to take him for what he is.
But could you imagine if he was? He don't got to be Jokic or
if he was
Cat.
Jarrett Allen,
If he was, oh my
If he
God,
was Jarrett
if
Allen,
he
I
was
know
Jarrett
it.
Allen,
You don't have to go
offensively.
that far. But I've never seen somebody so good. I said, you know what? They don't even need offense. Hell no. Especially a big.
Dennis
he
Rodman?
couldn't score on Terrence Mann. Dennis Rodman
I
was.
wish he could.
I don't
He
look
doesn't-
at Dennis Rodman like a big. You know what I mean? They played with Luke Longley. He had Bill Laimbeer. You know what I'm saying? More of a wing transition into power forward.
Ben Wallace's offensive game was
Ben Wallace.
non-existent.
Ben Wallace, I guess. But even Ben Wallace used to sometimes punish people. You know what I'm saying? Good offensive rebound and dunk right on you at 6'9", 6'8".
Shout out to Rudy Gobert.
Terrence Mann don't want to see Ben Wallace in the post.
No, he
Sound
don't.
Might get his jaw broke.
I was saying,
Game
one
6
quick little
he
elbow.
Game 6, he come with a whole mask on.
I remember looking at Ben Wallace's stats recently and was like, "Damn, bro."
The blocks and
What
rebounds.
do y'all
is
think
great.
his career high in points is? Ben Wallace played in the league. I want to remind you, he played from 22 to 37. So he had a long career. What do you think his career high in points? Single
What,
game.
18?
23.
I was
I
about
was
to say
about to say
22.
25,
What do y'all think his career high in rebounds is?
Oh, man.
30, 34,
28.
28? Okay.
Career high in,
34 would have been insane.
yeah. Career high in
Was Zubac
blocks.
just had a 30 rebound game?
7.
Zubac's is a different monster though. 10 block
10
game,
block.
8 assists, 6 steals, 2 triple doubles. How did he score 10 points in a game to get a triple double? Lord knows, I don't know.
Offensive rebounds.
Probably, yeah. He even made an all defensive team the 1 year with the Bulls, which I don't remember at all because he was a bad signing.
Was that reputation?
Definitely because he was coming off a DPOY year, got to Chicago and
so they just
stunk it up,
they gave it to him.
and just like he can't be that much worse. He can't be that much worse. I wonder.
Unless the Bulls just had a really
I
good
don't
defense.
remember what he was doing.
they were first in defense.
Oh,
that
there
year.
we go.
So I'm finna say maybe he was doing his
Yeah.
thing. Let me not just say reputation. I remember he had the Big Bens and Stephen Barry's.
Yeah.
I do not remember that.
There's no way you have
Damn.
the first defense and not have an all defensive player, right?
No,
I don't think that's ever
no way.
happened.
The way the NBA is, maybe it has happened, but
Ooh.
it shouldn't happen.
I just feel like
We've seen
Did the Timberwolves finish number 1 last year?
they had an
they
all
were
defensive player though.
No, I'm just saying because if it wasn't them, it was either OKC or Boston. And neither, no, Drew Holiday. What am I talking about? Drew Holiday and Derek
Where
White
did the
made defensive
Timberwolves
team.
finish? Fourth?
I'm
third?
looking it up right now.
No, because the Magic were third.
If the damn
Or the
internet
Magic were
was
second.
fast.
I
It
don't
was the Minnesota Timberwolves had the
Okay,
best
so there you
record.
go. I wonder, how many years in history can you have the number one defense and not have an all-defensive player? Probably like 0.
Because
Somebody has to get
how else
credit.
you can? Yeah, someone has to do it, right?
This is the NBA where you could be all defense second team and still win defensive player of the year, though.
Shout out to Marky Martin. Bron just got to sit in that chair this year to make it happen.
I love Mark
Finally get
Gasol,
that.
though, so I don't really care. It's just Bron deserves a DPOY.
Do we all have Wemby 5?
I
Yeah,
have
yeah,
Wemby
we-
5.
Yeah, consensus, he was at 5.
Another one of the
No,
players
I
said
had Gobert at 5.
Wemby was 6 or Wemby's higher?
Wemby is
Oh, because you
higher.
got Sabonis lower.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Wemby for a couple minutes.
I can't wait to see
Amazing
what-
rookie year, man.
A legendary rookie season, man. I think he's the most impactful defender in basketball
Yeah.
just off one season, which is crazy.
So much ground that he can cover. I think we saw it like on display. Like he had possessions where he can like tag the roll man and then get out and contest shots, and all of that is he's only taking like 2 or 3 steps.
Mhm.
Like he's so damn big, and it's kind of unfair. It's unfair. To
No,
the league.
That's a crazy sentence.
he's making sense though with it. It's just like he uncovers so much ground that it's actually unreal. Like I've seen him close out on 3-point shooters that look like they have an open jump shot and
Yes.
he's sending it to the road and it's just like
You
that's
think you
another
have
block.
an open layup, and now Vic coming from weak side is like he's cleaning that up so easy. Like,
Bro, he had a 5x5 this year.
Yes, he did. Rookie
Players
season.
don't get
and
those
he had
like
like
that
3
anymore.
other times where he was one off.
So I'm going to say something that I said on this
He's gonna set the record. for sure.
podcast plenty of times before, and I'm doubling down on it. Wemby could do some incredible things offensively if we simplify the offense. I love that he can shoot. I love that he can do things off the dribble here and there. But when I see 72% at the rim, I need more. I need more. Just throw it. He's going to catch it and then lay it up
I
in
think
there.
that Chris Paul gonna help that a little bit.
Please. I need
Not a
more.
little
He
bit,
should.
a lot big.
I need more.
He's so old. Y'all see his pictures? He doesn't
Yeah,
look like
yeah,
he
yeah.
should be
definitely
hooping no
looks.
more.
He definitely
You know, when I
looks
His
start
ass.
my era on 2K, it pops up and says, Chris
Farewell
Paul's
tour.
gonna have a farewell tour. Once you decide to do this, you can't unretire him. He's going to retire. I be pressing no because I'm like,
Yeah, I
he gotta
did
play
too.
one more.
They
He gotta
said
play
same thing for Bron. I'm not letting
Yeah.
Bron retire. He gonna play until he can't no more, literally. But yeah, Wemby, ridiculous rookie season. He has opportunity to jump up to like top 3 of this list next year. Like I think that's not out of the realm of possibility.
oh yeah, for sure.
Number 4.
This
It's a bonus.
This is where I
Sabonis.
got Bam out of the bayou.
Why you say his name like that?
That's what
That's what Kendrick Perkins.
yeah. Yeah. I'm not mad at it. Again, it seemed like your list is more not based off last season, but the grand scheme of things.
I just think what Bam does defensively, being able to guard 1 through 5 comfortably, being able to get you 20 and 10 a night, his playmaking is good. He brings the ball up. Like Bam does so much for you on both sides of the floor that he shows it that nightly, full display. I know he doesn't shoot the threes at the high clip, but he's still giving you 20 points without taking threes. So keep shooting your little mid-range jumpers.
No, shoot the fucking threes, man. God,
He did it.
1 or 2 a game. That's not a lot.
Take what
No.
the
It
defense
sounded like
give
it
you.
would be disrespectful when he put that little mid-range jumpers. Hate them little mid-range jumpers.
Well, no, because
Yeah, you put love for
Yeah, they do.
everything.
They do. You love. They be
Little,
like little
like,
15,
yeah.
14 feet.
Get your
he
look
doing
high
this
and get
clip.
out of here.
I got Sabonis at 4.
Yeah, same.
19, 14, and 8. 59% from the field. Not a lot of threes, but when he did shoot them, he shot 37%. All NBA third team. 97% on screen assists. Just a straight dog. We know what he can do finishing the basketball. We know what he can do playmaking. I love what he gives the Sacramento Kings. I can't wait to see them add DeMar DeRozan in there and see what he can do with DeRozan. They might be able to have a nice little dribble handoff from the elbow into a mid-range shot or a dump back off. There's a lot of different things that I could see them doing with Mike Brown's offense. But Sabonis, I think, is extremely underrated, especially hearing some of the names that y'all have above him. When you talk about per season, again, not talking about who you like more or who you would take if you start in a team, but based off the season, I'm very surprised that Sabonis isn't in this spot for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
When I was making this list, I got to this point, I'm like, oh, we probably all gonna have a consensus from this point on. But we didn't, and that's fine, that's okay. But it makes me feel like he's still a little bit underrated, and I thought we got away from that because there was a point in time where I used to come in on the show and always say, back in the Through the Wire days, like, oh, man, Sabonis underrated. Then he got to the Kings and started cooking. They got good. I'm like, oh, he ain't really underrated no more. Damn sure ain't thinking when he was all NBA, but I guess he still kind of is. So that's my spiel with Sabonis.
Saboner.
Hey, he's super talented. I think it also kind of spoke a little volumes, just the talent that we have at the center spot too. Like, there's a lot of really good players that do both sides of the court, and just players that are special, kind of like him and Jokic. I always got that kind of love for. There's just like unorthodox centers that are different from the traditional rim protect and just like
He's not a bad defensive player by any means.
He's just terrible in the pick and roll.
There's just certain parts of defense that's not great. Like his rim protection is pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Like if you look at the stats and everything, I like him as one of the engines of an offense. And his season was undeniable. Like even when they did the All-Stars, we all came here like, damn, no Sabonis?
Yeah.
And then, I mean, he got it on the back end by making an All-NBA team, which is well warranted. But I think what Pierre just said is true. I do believe that he's probably still underrated. Some things about his game may turn people off. But we talking regular season, I got no gripes at all about Sabonis.
I forget what it was necessarily, but it was like a reporter that was like, Sabonis hasn't had he's had the same stats for like 4 or 5 seasons in a row. And one of his teammates might have been like De'Aaron, or could have even been DeMar with like a new recent tweet. It was like, I didn't know that consistency was just like bad now. That he's been able to do this and he's had really good numbers over the last couple of years. So say like, just because the stats haven't necessarily improved, that he hasn't really had like any progression.
Yeah.
No, I think every year Sabonis gets better. Like it seems like he's consistently gotten better every year, and he literally had a career year last year.
Yeah.
And what is like his 7th, 8th season? Like that's how good he's been.
What's in your shirt?
The Great Beef of 2024.
Which is what?
So you got
That's a Kendrick and Drake shirt.
So you got the Euphoria album cover. You got Family Matters, and
I'm not gonna lie.
The big hits.
You said the great beef. I thought he meant like Italian beef.
I did too.
I thought he was like.
All right, top 3 centers in basketball.
Now this is where we probably get in the consensus.
Right? Number 3?
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis.
Unfortunately, Anthony Davis.
Long way from day-to-day Davis. We
For
call
real,
him
he had
AD
such
now.
a good season. It hurt to have to put him at 3, but the top 2 was the top 2. But yeah, man, Anthony Davis, phenomenal season, man. What can we say? All NBA second team, defensive first team, was an all-star, 90 percentile in ISO impact. So even though that jumper ain't falling, when they said go ahead and he faced up and do all of that herky-jerky shit, it worked. Offensive rebounding was there. And this is the type of year I think when we were previously in the past talking about the torch being passed, this is the type of seasons I think we envisioned from Anthony Davis. You obviously kind of wanted some more of the Pelican version, but that ship has sailed. This is the Anthony Davis that we have. There's nothing wrong with this Anthony Davis besides the mid-range jump shot and stuff not falling.
J.J. Redick said he got that.
But they need to put the rest of this roster together because you just came off a season where we ranked 2 of your best players in top 3 of their respective positions, and y'all ain't really have that good of a year.
You know what's crazy? I like the Lakers supporting cast. I just
on paper it seems like
I don't know what it really is.
They don't really show up when you need them to.
I am also might have been malpractice from coaching. I'm not blaming Darvin Ham.
I'm for real excited to see the differences of like just the coaching aspect.
They do that every
y'all
year.
said that when you hired Darvin Ham. And y'all fired a coach who had just won a championship.
He did seem like more of a people person, or like a person's coach versus like a X and O's coach.
Torian Prince said that's the reason why he went to the Bucks, because Darvin Ham is over there on the bench now. So,
well, Darvin Ham was love giving Torian Prince minutes. So I wouldn't.
He's like, I gotta go with my minutes at.
Hell yeah.
If I know a coach gonna vouch for me and get me in that lineup, I might as well go. That's gonna help me
to feed.
That's gonna help me keep a job.
I got nothing else to say about AD. AD.
I might have to make me an AD build, man. When I was putting this list together, I said, you know what?
It's possible. Mid-range, 64, 325.
The rest of the defense and offensive
you can make that happen. Decent passer. You can make an Anthony Davis build for sure. They don't give you the unibrow, though, as an option.
No,
you unlock it in season 6.
I'm finna say
they love doing some stuff. Why am I unlocking a cosmetic?
They took away the Joe Budden beard.
Oh, they did? Yeah. That's crazy. Because you know who he's No, Ant used to Ant that be in the runs. He used to have that beard, and it just looked random as hell.
Tyler used to put that on some goofy shit.
Number 2 center,
Joel
Embiid.
JoJo.
It seems like he played more than 39 games.
He's so damn
crazy.
dominant in those 39.
Yeah, and then he was so dominant in the playoffs that like recency bias doesn't tell you that he missed that many games. But damn, 39 games.
You can definitely tell they were the number 1 offense in basketball when he was there, and then fell off a cliff and fell into the play-in and yada, yada, yada. Point per minute, something we haven't seen since Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah.
It's insane to think about. That's the type of dominance Joel Embiid had. So even in his 29 games, obviously deserved to be here.
Yeah,
Joel Embiid.
he was the clear-cut MVP before he got hurt. Like, that's how good he was. And he was 39 games in, and it was just like, it's Joel Embiid's
Who's the
award.
second? Yeah.
I'm so
Well,
conflicted
do y'all know
because I want to see him go on a run, but I'm also a Knicks fan.
Y'all know the top 3 scores for first quarter in terms of points per game.
Joel was 1 because he was.
Joel is number 1 with
when he beat
Luka
11.4. Luka number 2 with 10.1.
I feel like there's a rando in there.
No.
Shai
This dude,
Gilgeous-Alexander?
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was
okay.
top 3.
That makes sense.
But Joel Embiid still leading the charge with 11. That means he's double digits immediately in that first quarter for him.
Got to get it early.
I'm going to remember that when the season start.
You putting that parlay
put a
in?
little parlay, first quarter parlay in.
What if he like, I got Paul George now?
Yeah, he going to be chilling.
Yeah, he might not get 10 in the first.
Yeah. Did he play full 12 in the first quarter?
I feel like he had to. Let me look back at the minutes. Basically 11.5 minutes. So
Okay. I wonder if that changes.
With Drummond now? Yeah.
Just with the more star power.
I'll
It's
be
like you
thinking
want to
about
keep
that.
1 or 2 on the court at all times.
When I'm doing a rebuild like with the Clippers,
They love platoon substitution in 2K.
so you got to go do your own rotation, and like it makes you show how like what you would project or what you would want your player to play for each quarter,
position, right?
each minute of each quarter. So
Yeah.
it breaks it down as in 12 minutes, 4 sections, and you have to really go in there and be like, damn. So I have to go and I look at stamina, and I have like James Harden has the highest stamina on my team. So like, damn, James Harden, maybe I let him rock the whole first quarter.
Yeah.
Just let him rock.
That's
I was
good.
doing that with the Bulls.
Yeah.
Zach LaVine and Vooch had the highest stamina. I think Zach was at 98. Vooch was at 95.
Kobe
So I'm
White?
like, Kobe White had a 90.
Interesting. Vooch has such a high stamina.
Yeah, I was like, man, I might have to let him rock for the first 12. But yeah.
Why did it make you laugh like that? Are you
I'm
looking
sorry,
at
I'm
something
sorry.
His
else?
reaction
I
to,
saw it too. I'm sorry, I saw
I
it
ain't know
too.
he had so much stamina.
Oh, it's a tweet that's like LeBron dapping up Bronny, and in the background is somebody number 41, and somebody quoted said, "Who the fuck is 41?" And I'm looking at this video like, who the fuck is 41? Please look up who number 41 for the Lakers is, please, because I
Oh, you got to send it to me.
don't recognize this at all. Like, sometimes you see somebody in the background, you might not know their name, but you know their face. I don't know this face, this name. He ain't got no accessories on. I don't know, bro.
Let me find out they in there doing a damn Gatorade commercial. You ever watch those like the Jason Tatum commercial on your 2K cover?
Yeah.
It's just actors.
It's him and Shay. It's him and Shay and then a bunch of actors.
No, I'm saying like on the actual like they do a scene and then it turns into the cover.
Be on TV.
Yeah, but even that, that one too. It's just like actors. It's just like hilarious.
Nobody in the comments are saying, they said that's MP. Hell no. Okay, number 1 is
Consensus. Nikola Jokic.
Nikola Jokic.
Best basketball player.
In the world right now.
Yeah, him and Luka.
Yeah, he coming off the MVP,
Another great year.
still ridiculously impactful.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see him in this team. I know
Vic say he coming.
No KCP. Obviously, that's gonna hurt the team. Him and KCP had amazing chemistry, but especially in like those dribble handoffs, and KCP are coming to that little short mid range. Jakob. But like, I'm just interested to see how much better this team could be without KCP, and how much is it gonna affect him. I think he's still gonna be good, but like, team success also matters when you are with that top dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they still gonna be successful, at least for that regular season. It's gonna be a little bit of a more of a dog fight in the playoffs, but yeah, I agree with you. I'm looking at this media day picture of Najee Marshall holding his board with like these questions. It's his 5th season. His nickname is The Knife. His favorite TV show is Martin.
Okay, cultured.
His besties, Brandon Ingram, Jose Alvarado, Trey Murphy.
Oh,
The Pelicans posted this and said, "You're not crying, I am."
Aw.
The Pelicans press, I'm sorry.
his nickname is what?
The Knife.
The
Probably a
knife,
Swiss Army knife.
Swiss Army.
Okay, I mean, I never heard of him. Okay, we gotta call him that now. He do something cool.
Call him the knife.
Call him the knife.
What is OD rim hangs? No, so there was the OKC was doing their like media day stuff, and they were doing a pass the phone, like, and it was Chetty's like, I'm gonna pass the phone to the best defender on my team, and he passed like Lou Dort, and they just going back and forth. And J-Dub says like, I'm passing the phone to a dude that always talks about OD rim pulls or something like that. And I'm like, what the hell does that mean?
Who did he pass it
to Chet. And I was like, it makes sense, but I don't know what the hell that means.
Is it just pulling on
On
the
the
rim?
rim?
Yeah.
Yeah. OD, you know the kids.
OD rim pull. We old, bro. That don't even sound like a real sentence.
I'm pretty sure Chet.
I swear
no.
I heard Chet say
Yeah.
OD, so maybe it's just like.
I think Isaiah Hartenstein said, I'm passing the phone to somebody who thinks they're good at golf. And it was Caruso.
I saw a video of Caruso. He was on one of the golf
Lou
channels.
Dort
It's pretty
said,
good.
I'm passing the phone to someone who thinks they got better hair than me. Who you think he passed the phone to?
Think they got better hair than me. Wiggins?
No.
No.
It's
Another,
so he
another
says
off the bench guy, though.
Joe?
no. One more.
Oh, Caruso? Because he
no.
bald?
No.
No. He got long
Casey
hair,
Wallace.
don't care.
Oh, Kaysen.
But it was
Yeah,
funny because
okay.
he's like, I'm passing the phone, and it's just a super big close up of Casey Wallace's face.
Oh, okay.
And then Caruso said, I'm passing the ball to someone who has amazing aura.
And it
know
was
who that
Shea.
too.
Talking about you know who
He's,
that went
he's
to.
30. Caruso's 30 years old. Talking about some aura.
When you get on OKC, you get a little bit. It take a little bit off your age.
I guess that's true. He is the oldest person on the team at 30. Here's the last thing. I didn't even know this happened. Erik Spoelstra, when asked about other teams in the East getting better, y'all know what he said?
Yeah, I saw the quote, but I ain't gonna say that.
He said, "You sound scared."
Hell yeah. That boy a dog.
Yeah,
Oh man,
that might be.
He said
my
our
favorite
guys
quote.
are about it.
You sound scared.
I like that.
We'll say over under this year. We need to do our over under episode soon.
Yeah.
But I might have to put a little 100 ball on the over.
I love that. I love that quote, bro.
Yeah,
Because,
Jimmy-
like, if they come out and they do that, let's say they get 50+ wins, that quote just look amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know what the over under would be.
if Jimmy
It's
coming
probably
out
40.
professional on media
five.
day, it might be a little turnaround.
44.5 there.
Damn.
I would put
That's
100 on.
doable.
I'm putting
That's very
100 on the
doable
over,
for the
bro.
Heat.
Putting 100 on the over.
Because what did they finish with last year? And that was with a bunch of injuries.
But 100 on the over only wins me 90. It's like,
You know, what's funny? I
190.
put together one of those,
well, sure.
you know those future parlays? I had put together one of those a few weeks ago.
What'd you have on it? Because I
I-
also have a future. It's not a
You do?
parlay. It's a one thing.
Oh, you
I'm
did the
so
one thing?
I'm stupid.
Why?
I put 200 on Midas Buzelis winning Rookie of the Year at plus
That had to be
1,200
such an
odds.
in the moment thing.
It was. It was the day of the draft or the day after the draft.
Mine was for Luka to win MVP, for Alexander Starter winning Rookie of the Year, and Victor Wembanyama to win Most Improved Player.
Oh, there you part of the problem.
Just because he was,
Damn it.
I think he was favored, and the numbers looked good. And then total, I put 35 on it.
I'm
It
retiring
wins
from
me-
sports coverage if Wemby wins Most Improved Player.
It gives me $16,000.
He gonna be the
I
first
hope he
player to
win.
win MVP, MIP, and DPOY in the same season.
Imagine. That's some 2K shit, huh?
Not even. I ain't never seen that before.
I did it because I could just see the media glazing him and just getting.
It's only been, what, 2 players to ever win Most Improved Players? Like C. Francis and one other guy. It's rare, man. It's so rare. And if he wins, I'm going to be so sad.
Wasn't John in second year?
No, he's going year 3.
That was year 3? Okay.
Because he's the fucking first overall pick, generational. Again, I love when it was a potentially Kobe White. I love when it was Larry Markin.
Bro, 41, not only who is 41 just walked up like a fan. It got to be like for a commercial.
I looked at
He
their
walked
roster.
up.
I looked
He
at their
walked
roster.
up.
I didn't see nobody as 41.
Brian
So
dapped him up, and bro did this.
Hey, wait, you put the video in the Twitter?
No, I'll put it in
Please.
Bro did this. LeBron doing something, he walk up. LeBron like, oh, what up? How you doing? Give me. And then Brian put his arm around him, and dude instantly get to that phone with that video on. So you see me with big bro.
Bro, somebody used that clip of me, bro. It was the funniest
Were
shit.
you with-
ever,
which one?
Bro. Somebody quoted it. Y'all might have saw the tweet. It was like, they were mid, but they were my mid 3.
Oh yeah.
And I quoted that with like
the Bulls.
Chris Dunn, Larry Markin, and
Yeah.
Zach LaVine. And the original poster posted that video talking about, what's up, Kenny? And it's like, you see big bro pulled up on me? It's that Drewski skit. That shit was so funny, bro.
Oh, it ain't no fan or nothing. He play.
Okay.
Oh, you do?
He was a Buckhead in college, is what they're saying.
Okay.
I wish I could find out.
Reese just sent me a DM. He said, "Sent you a deal. Let me know where your head."
He
at
sent
with
me
it."
he sent me a message too. He said, if you got a running back available and looking for a receiver,
Oh, you put that in the
He
group
put it
chat.
in the chat.
Oh, he did. I thought he sent that to me. My bad.
The Raiders have begun
You also
reaching
funny.
out.
You be doing it a lot. I don't think he realized what you were saying yesterday.
What did I say?
He put all those guys as the first touchdown scorer.
Oh, did you know you
Yeah, I
did
did
that?
that on purpose.
Oh, okay.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
You got a lot of faith, boy.
I just did that because the odds were crazy, and I just put a little bit of money on it. And
Let's
return
talk. Let's talk
Did it
some
come
football.
close?
no, I think only Marvin Harrison Jr. had the first one.
He did.
That was so
Kyler Murray.
early too, and they didn't do anything for the rest of the game.
They did.
But yeah, let's talk some fantasy football as we always do on
I got the
these
first W.
Tuesdays. Congratulations, man! Can we get a round of applause for Darrick not being the last team with a win?
I'll
So-
clap
Finally
it
got
up.
my star running back back.
and your team is looking nice now, especially when Puka comes back.
and
if he
Nick
comes
Chubb.
I don't have any stock in Nick Chubb after that injury. It's been over a year at this point.
I'm the opposite of Derek. I took my first L, but I'm not as mad as I was. Because when Breece Hall first only had 2 points, I was like, yeah, this week is a wrap. But to jokingly say, I need 50 from Henry, and he damn near gave me 50, yeah. We came down to the wire, man. We came down to the wire. We didn't have Trey McBride, our starting tight end, Breece Hall, and then Rashee Rice got hurt. So that's like 2 points from my top
What a
2 scores.
Freak injuries, man.
And we still only lost by 3 points, man. We still put up – because I was looking at it, I'm like, damn, I just told KB we can't be talking shit to the guys that score that low because we scored that low because you had the week. And I'm like, I guess I'm going to join that list. Nah, we still put up almost 80 points without 3 players. So that just makes me feel like I'm going to win this championship. I'm trying to think about what I'm going to do with the 1,200.
I'm still undefeated. I think I've got some crazy good injury luck, like trading away Devontae Smith the week before he got a concussion for people to actually play. I haven't dealt with a single injury. I feel like everybody. You said McBride, you got Puka.
Even if it,
I
like,
don't know who you
the
have, but
it's
Tua
correlating
affects-
injuries
yeah.
that's kind of messing
Think
me
your
up.
biggest luck was that when you did have that down week, you played
Kyron,
Kyron,
yeah.
who had CMC still in his
That's
lineup. So yeah,
no, was CMC in the lineup there?
I think was
no,
it?
when CMC was in the lineup, he beat somebody. So
yeah,
no.
yeah. He
Joe
just
Mixon
he
got hurt
had
or
some
something.
whack ass receivers.
Y'all was like 61-60, right?
It was like 66, 65.
When you have that type of scoring and you playing against somebody else who having that type of scoring, that's a blessing.
and it really is.
That's
But
a
I know you
blessing.
don't win a championship in 4 weeks, so. But I'm excited though because I think my team is gonna get better. Because Tua is gonna come back week 8. Tyreek Hill's production is gonna go up. Devon Achane, whatever the hell, his production is gonna go up. So I feel good about my.
Who else you got on
futures.
your team?
We got Garrett Wilson, who eventually might do something, but if he doesn't, it's not that big of a deal because we got a lot of depth over here. My quarterback was maybe the best pick in the entire draft, Jaden Daniels in the 12th round. He's quarterback number 1 right now, number 2 overall. Then I have Achane, like I mentioned, Kyron Williams is on my lineup, CeeDee Lamb, Brock Bowers, James Conner. Off the bench, we got Justin Fields. We got Tyreek Hill, Drake London, and then I picked up Kobe Parkinson for my bye week eventually with Bowers.
Yeah. Looking like Jaden Daniels has had a nice start.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at his schedule.
He got Cleveland. Cleveland's a tough one.
He gonna have a stretch.
But like Baltimore and Carolina.
I'm looking at that stretch right after Chicago, New York, and Pittsburgh. But
luckily we got Justin Fields,
at the end,
who's quarterback number 6.
he gonna be nice.
Yeah.
The last game, which might be a playoff game for you, he's gonna play Dallas, who started off slow. Dallas could pick it back up, but as of now, it's gonna be a nice Week 18 game for you.
A lot of people that said they're interested in James Conner. He's so productive though. Golly, for that to be my 3rd running back, it's kind of insane.
I know. I was trying to get him.
But you know, I loved having a week where I didn't have to sweat anything. Like it was just a casual.
For real,
week.
because I was looking at my shit like, man, I need the Seahawks to score so the Lions can keep giving the ball to St. Brown.
I just needed Lamar to have a good game. What it came down for mine against Kyron, because he was up by like 15-ish.
I think it was 17.
17, and I just had that one night game from Lamar. So
I was watching Josh Allen put up a stinker. And I was like,
game.
man.
Yeah.
Then I woke up and I acquired DK Metcalf. So, come on.
Here are the standings. Me at 1, P at 2, Terrence at 3. Small sneakily being 4. He's a team to be thinking about because he's putting up hella points.
Sam Darnold.
He's putting up hella points, and he lost to me when my team put up hella points. So he also hit 100 and called an L, and it happened again. So shout out to Smalls. Mason's now at 2-2. He started off 2-0. He just made that trade with you, so maybe that gets him back on track. John is 2-0. Mikey is 2-2. Mikey's 2-2, and then Austin is 1-3, and then Darrick is 1-3, and then Caleb is 0-4.
Humongous Debo's is the name.
And luckily,
Why does he always got humongous in his name?
That's his thing. He likes humongous things.
again, this week, DeAndre Swift has a very favorable matchup for him going against the Cardinals. So
You gonna put him back in?
I put him, and he put up 26
yeah.
last
Don't
week.
last
stink it
game-
up because you starting him. I bet you he gonna be
Yeah, I was
bad.
gonna say last game gonna get your hopes up.
But that just made the Bears so much more effective when the run game is working, man.
Yeah.
Caleb was perfect from the pocket when it was within 10 yards, 16 for 16.
That TD pass so beautiful.
Nasty. Come
he
on,
just
man.
He stood in the
You
pocket
got
like
some
a
decisions
statue.
to make.
He's got better every single
I
week.
put Brian Thomas back in the lineup.
Yeah. So,
Over
who's-
Tony-
so who
over-
you sitting?
Lockett.
So, yeah, in order to put Swift in, you got to sit Shaheed. Because I know you ain't sitting Kenneth.
You said Lockett, right? And then he just put the other dude in the flex.
I put Swift in the flex.
So who else did you sit down?
I said Lockett and Rashid
Oh,
Okay.
you are.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. To put in two, you have to take out two.
because I trust Thomas against
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis.
KC's defense is pretty good. So they keep winning games. They won a game 17 to what? Something.
Yeah, they're going against Alvin Kamara. I'm still not sitting out. He's still going to get 20 carries. So
Yeah, man. It's been cool to be locked into football. It's been so fun.
yeah, I mean, it's been fun. I think the patience in that trade is going to pay off eventually. I think I'm going to get back in the race.
Yeah, you don't win or lose the. Well, you can lose the league in the first 4 weeks, but you don't win the league in the first in the
Nope.
league in the first 4
Well, how
weeks.
you
That's a
finish?
fact.
Yeah, so a lot of football left.
I'm so glad I started off the way I did. I ain't gonna lie, because now that some of these injuries happen, I did my work early.
Rice,
I can lose a week
that
like I
Rice
did last
injury
week.
was so freakish. It was so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like watching it live, it was like, wow. Why did
Yeah, I'm
I-
waiting
well-
for them to really like say what it is.
they said they did a X-ray, MRI, and then they said that he was out for the game.
He's
Yeah.
definitely out week 5, but we need
Okay.
to know if he's out for the year. Because when I
Yeah.
seen the injury, I was
I
preparing
seen a
to
little
not see
update. It
him.
was like he's ruled out, and it was like ruled doubtful, and I was like, why are they playing like that? Just give us a real update.
Yeah, but I think that's a positive thing.
Yeah.
If it say doubtful,
because if it was like an ACL, I feel like they would have known from the first
Immediately,
imaging.
right? Yeah.
But we not doctors, I guess. But I feel like they usually know like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, say require more tests. Still uncertainty over extent of injury. That was 2 hours ago. So again, to KB's point, usually when we see somebody tear the ACL, you don't have to do several tests.
It's obviously something, but it's a
Yeah.
matter of like, is it something that he's out for the season, or is it something he's out for 3 weeks?
Exactly. Because if he out for 3 weeks, as long as he's there for the playoffs, actually, I'm good. I
That's how I
need my
feel.
guys to be ready for the playoffs. I was
Some
undefeated.
of us know we're gonna make the
and when
playoffs.
you're out, right? and
yeah, right.
Look at that.
you got some work to do.
You definitely got some work.
When you
to do.
I'm in the
undefeated, you want to
playoffs.
see how long you can
You're
take
in the-
it.
Okay.
But it's really about the playoffs. As long as they get back for the playoffs, I'm good, man.
Yeah.
We still put up points though.
That's a wrap for us, ladies and gentlemen. All 5 positions ranked. We are now in training camp. Preseason starts. The best birthday gift of all time. 11 o'clock. They in Abu Dhabi for their first game of the season. Wife asked me, "You want to go to a pumpkin patch for your birthday?" I said, "Hell no, baby. I'm watching preseason basketball."
You say baby?
No,
Yeah, y'all too suburban. You ain't saying
I
baby.
didn't say baby. No, I be calling her bro all the time though.
Definitely be in there. Babe.
I do hit her with a babe.
Babe,
So-
have you seen where I put
You
my
hit babe though.
I say nah. I say
He
babe.
babe.
Oh, babe.
He's a big
You're
guy.
babe.
I think, yeah. I don't really know.
No,
The
you
babe
are. I've heard it.
super
I've heard it.
suburban
That's
dude.
my hoodie.
Yep. Super suburban guys. Me and Mike, we still got it.
Yeah. Old Park. We appreciate y'all watching. We'll see y'all soon. Peace.